Good afternoon and welcome back to the Fantasy Endgame. And anybody who is new with us, glad that you joined us. We're here to talk fantasy football and help you win. That's it. That is our end game. We're going to talk week 9, what has happened. We've had one game in play and what is going to go on. Injury report is going to be first. We're also going to help you answer your questions. Starts at waiver wire trade, etc., etc. Anything that might help you possibly win in fantasy football. We're going to do it. We did have a game on Thursday. Haven't broke it down yet. So wasn't high scoring as expected. Texans and Jets. Garrett Wilson, proving that he's the stud there, the alpha. Davante Adams kind of showed up. Are you optimistic a little bit more so about the Jets and their offense? Or you think this is just Texans just being that bad? Because they didn't look very good.
No, they didn't. Probably a little bit more. I think I got to be a little bit more optimistic on the Jets offense, especially the passing offense after this. So, I mean, Garrett Wilson, I feel like he's been good for like 4 or 5 games in a row. I think we're just going to have to put Garrett Wilson back in the no doubt must start tier. Like, you got Garrett Wilson, you got to just start him. Definitely Adams came through for you. I mean, I hate to always use the term like bailed out, but you got a little bailed out there at the end when he came back from concussion protocol and caught that semi-long touchdown at the end. Could have been it still was going to be an okay game for Davante Adams. That's where I feel like Davante Adams is still going to live. He's going to live in that okay range. Every now and then he'll have games like this where you're like, ooh, that was nice. But I think most of the time he's just going to be in that like, okay, he didn't kill me, but he didn't help me either range. So I'll tell you though, the guy I'm getting a little nervous about. How are you feeling about Breece Hall right now?
I was a little nervous because Breece Hall, and I remember this goes back to one of the questions we had on Thursday, right? Somebody had 4 like really good running backs. I can't remember who or what it was. It was like Breece Hall, like Josh Jacobs. I don't know how they had all these, but it was like Alvin Kamara, and I was like, man, I don't know how you pick, but it came back down to how do you not start Breece Hall, right? He's a must start. If you have Breece Hall, you just have to roll them. But I said I didn't love the matchup. Texans have a good run defense. They did go back to bailing out a little bit more last week. So I was like, I don't love Breece Hall this week in particular, but I still feel like you have to start him pretty much every given week, kind of like we're at now with Garrett Wilson. But I don't know. I still don't think we can move him out of must start, right? I mean, there's no reason you just bench Breece Hall now, is there?
Yeah, probably not. The thing that worries me a little bit, though, is we barely saw any Braylon Allen. Breece Hall ran the ball fantastic. What did he average in this game? Like 6 yards per carry or something like that? But when they get near the goal line, they just went very pass happy. Like, he didn't get any chances to score a touchdown. Like, it was all throws to Garrett Wilson, and then I guess they weren't that close to the end zone when maybe on all 3 touchdowns, really. So, I don't know. That's my worry here is, like, is he going to get enough chances to score? Because he's only had 4 touchdowns all season long. So, is he going to get, like, is a touchdown upside going to be there to make Breece Hall like an every week top 5, top 3 running back the way we view him? Or do we have to consider him more like a low end RB1? I don't think we can drop him out of the RB1 tier, but is he more like a low end RB1 going forward? Does have a great schedule though. This was really like his last tough matchup. And again, he ran the ball great. It wasn't like he was bad. So he does have a great rest of the season schedule. I just worry about the touchdown upside a little bit.
Yeah, and that's totally fair because not necessarily that he's going to get pulled at the goal line like some running backs, for a bigger back. But exactly, sometimes they just like to pass at the goal line. He's going to be a little bit more volatile. At least he'll be one of those guys that when he has a big game, it's a big game. And then by the year's end, he'll probably be an RB5, but it's not going to be a steady kind of, like this. It's going to be a little bit more like that, which is not necessarily a bad thing, right? Volatility isn't the worst thing. No. Because when you win big. And that's really what helps you more so in fantasy. So, no, I think just Houston does have a pretty tough defense. It was a close game. And Houston's offense, though, man, Joe Mixon still looks like a stud. Tank Dell came through because who else were they going to throw to? But man, I feel like without Nico, we were telling people to drop CJ Stroud. Yeah, wasn't a bad idea. I hope you didn't play CJ Stroud. We didn't tell anybody to play CJ Stroud this week, but I don't know. When Nico does come back, does CJ Stroud come back to at least being QB1 status is the question. I think he should.
We'll see. It wasn't like CJ Stroud. It wasn't like CJ Stroud was putting up huge games even with Nico. Remember, CJ Stroud has only hit in your standard 4-point touchdown scoring league. He's only hit 20 fantasy points once all year. And he's now gone under 15 fantasy points in 5 out of 9 games. So I don't know if Nico is like just going to all of a sudden propel CJ Stroud to a QB1. I mean, it certainly helps him, and it'll certainly help the offense. I think the biggest issue here, well, the two biggest issues for CJ Stroud is the offensive line. He's getting just decimated behind that line. But Joe Mixon is an animal. We talked about it on the Thursday stream. This is easily, not even debatable anymore, 100% the best Joe Mixon has ever looked in his entire career. Even as a rookie, a second year in Cincy, never, ever, ever has I seen him run like this, ripping through tackles, the burst. Like, who is this guy? Like, doesn't even look like Joe Mixon, honestly. I think that's also hurting them, though. They actually have a running game this year. So the offensive line not being able to pass protect and the emergence of Joe Mixon it's kind of hurting CJ Stroud a little bit.
Go figure. Yeah, it's not even an exaggeration. If you look at the stats, 4.8 yards per carry so far in the season. He's only done that once in entire career in Cincinnati, and that was his second NFL season. It was 4.9, but he's averaging over 100 yards per game, and he's never done that before, ever. And I saw somebody brought up a good point that it's a different style of offense. They go behind center a lot more than in Cincinnati, at least the last few years, with Burrow, a lot of shotgun heavy offensive formations, and maybe this just benefits Mixon's style more. So whatever. Yeah, Mixon is thriving. All right. Well, we got a lot to talk about for this week, so let's get to the injury report. And as you know, there's still going to be some guys who are questionable right now. Some are even game time decisions that will be cleared up tomorrow, which is why we always stream on Sunday morning, 3 hours before kickoff. So you definitely want to check back in tomorrow, but let's get to what we know as of right now. Out, not playing, DK Metcalf. Looks like those words of the coach rang hollow. Even though he didn't practice the first couple of days, he said, he should be good. He'll be good. He's not good. He's not playing. They've already ruled him out. At least we know. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. JSN. Any hope for JSN?
Nah, not really. I feel like this might be a better Lockett week. You look at this matchup this week against the Rams, they're giving up the fewest points to slot wide receivers this year of any team in the NFL. Wow. I know Lockett was very disappointing last week, but I think this is a better matchup for Lockett than JSN. Also, Noah Fant out, too. I guess you haven't got there yet, but Noah Fant, since we're on the topic of the Seahawks, Noah Fant out as well. So, I mean, they got to throw to somebody. I think this is going to be a better Lockett week than JSN week. But I said that last week, and it wasn't, so who knows?
Well, but also not a very high bar to clear these days with JSN. So there you go. Seahawks still banged up. Let's get to the one that, again, you should have seen coming. T. Higgins, officially doubtful, but he didn't practice at all. So no T. Higgins. At least we know now, or at least we're not waiting till game time. So T. Higgins is going to be out. Mike Gesicki was the big, beneficiary last week. Do you think that continues? Do you think we see a little bit more of a guy like Jermaine Burton?
Probably. I mean, he did play his highest snaps of the entire year last year, but what did that even result in? I do think it's a bump for Gesicki. Gesicki is the guy, got to be my number one streaming option at tight end now. Got to be. He's been really good in the 3 games T. Higgins hasn't played this year.
I agree. You're looking for a tight end. Gesicki seems like a good option. Also, and since he's Zach Moss, it's like he's not going to play. I think officially doubtful Also, that means Chase Brown does get the backfield to himself. That makes him a lot more playable, and it's not a bad matchup against the Raiders. So no Zach Moss, no T. Higgins. And then Carolina, Thielen, there was some fight. Adam Thielen might come back. He's not coming back. And also, Jonathan Brooks still not coming back, which now makes you wonder because from what I saw, was it Wednesday is the deadline to actually activate him, or he's done for the season. If you would have been stashing Jonathan Brooks, how nervous are you and what do you do? Hold tight and hope that this clears up, or you try to ship him off, you try to buy low, or what do we do here?
I really haven't been holding Jonathan Brooks for weeks, to be honest. I gave up on this a while ago. I mean, look, if you're in a really deep league and there's not much on the waiver wire, sure, hold Jonathan Brooks and hope for the best, but you can't be feeling good. Now we're going into week 10. If they don't act, like you said, if they don't activate him by Wednesday, that's it. Season's over. And remember, Dave Canales last week said, we'll see, or something like that when asked about could Jonathan Brooks not play this entire season. Yeah. So, I mean, look, Chuba's been good. They're going nowhere fast this year. Maybe this is just going to be a year where just a lost year for Jonathan Brooks coming off ACL.
It makes me wonder. Again, I know they've said, but basically just not believing anything that coaches and GMs say these days. I wonder if they're fielding, like quietly trying to field offers for Chuba Hubbard. And if nothing happens, they're like, okay, well, we still got Chuba. Then we'll just shut Brooks down and save him for next year. Or tanking and playing for next year. And if Hubbard does get dealt, then they just roll Brooks out. I don't know. That's maybe a little overly optimistic view, but I would just say if you got Brooks or if you've been holding him, you might as well wait because the trade deadline's on the 5th. His deadline is the Wednesday, the next day. You might as well wait and see what happens. But don't play.
It is true. I mean, if Chuba gets traded, Jonathan Brooks is a must-add, assuming he plays football.
Yeah, might as well wait. And also in Carolina, Xavier Legette is questionable, which leads to the obvious question. Do you just have to start Jalen Coker this week?
I'm not going to say you ever have to start Jalen Coker, but I will say if Legette is completely ruled out, it certainly makes him streamable in deeper leagues. But let's not forget, I mean, this is a rookie wide receiver here. I shouldn't say but like a lot of people fell into the Jalen McMillan trap. I know it is a great matchup this week, and the Saints, I think they might be down like their top 3 of their top corners this week. So, but it's also the Panthers and Bryce Young.
Right. And I've seen that, nobody's gotten more hype this week than Jalen Coker because he actually put up numbers last week and like the injuries are happening in the Saints. This is honestly the best matchup you could possibly ask for as a primarily slot receiver against the Saints defense. And then people are like, yeah, of course we want the undrafted guy from Holy Cross who's catching passes from Bryce Young. All right. I mean, I see both sides. It's probably going to be somewhere in the middle. Like, yes, he is fantasy relevant now, but he's not going to explode and go crazy probably. So I still think he's a flex option. He's an interesting flex option at the very least. So for what it's worth, he should get a lot of run this week. All right, and then also out, Dallas Goedert, still bothered by that hamstring, so I guess we're going to see Grant Calcaterra. And Tyjae Spears is still out, which also is interesting because Tony Pollard is questionable. Saw some people adding Julius Chestnut on the low in some of our leagues. I mean, that's definitely getting desperate if you're starting Chestnut, but hey, crazier things have happened. I mean, what do you think is going to happen here with Pollard?
You can't feel good about Pollard. He hasn't practiced. He missed 3 straight practices. So, I mean, look, I put Pollard on the boom because this is actually a very good spot for the running game this week. I know it's Joey Chestnut. I know it Julius Chestnut. Joey Chestnut is a hot dog. I always do that. I always do that with him. Yeah, hey, he's gonna be feasted. Feed him. Feed Julius Chestnut.
The ultimate meme, right? If he feasts on the defense. But anyways.
Yes, feasts on the defense. But I mean, the Patriots bottom 3 against the run, giving up, I think, like 4.7 yards per carry. Who else is there? Like who else? Who else is there? they're not going to throw it 40 times. Like I can't say no to Chestnut. Like there's certainly, I mean, like Chestnut isn't a must start, but there are certainly plenty of running backs I would sit over Julius Chestnut. I'm going to do that all stream.
Follow you. Right. That's true. He's if he's the guy again. If Pollard is out, which Spears is already out and Pollard's out. Yeah, definitely somebody you might consider stashing just in case. Brian Robinson Jr. also questionable. It's really annoying because it would be a good spot for him against the Giants, but keep an eye on that. B-Rob, if he is in your lineup, just be ready to pivot. Don't take him out yet. Man, another big name running back, Josh Jacobs, is questionable with ankle. Concern level here.
Not high. Not very high here. It sounds like I feel like he's going to play. I will say this is a brutal spot for him. So if you have better options, you might want to consider sitting him this week. Although it does sound like we're getting Jordan Love, so that could help. But yeah,
that's right. We'll talk about Jordan Love. I think officially questionable, but we got word that he is expected to play. So pretty much you got Jordan Love. You just throwing him in there, no questions asked.
I mean, he's not like a no doubter for me, but you got to feel pretty good against the Detroit Lions secondary against that defense. So yeah, it would be hard for me to bench him. If you have, he's risky certainly because of the groin and we don't know if he's 100%, but if I'm choosing between like Bo Nix or Jordan Love, I'm going Jordan Love. You know what I mean? If I'm choosing between like Baker, I'm going Jordan Love.
Right.
Exactly. I'm going Love.
It obviously depends on your other option. Right now, if Jordan Love was your guy and you were looking to pivot to Malik Willis or somebody like that, you can keep Jordan Love in there. Sounds like he's playing. A couple of others here. Let's do Amari Cooper. Game time decision. It's like a wrist injury. Probably best to just not take a chance here. And then let's talk Jags. BTJ is questionable. You already know Christian Kirk is done for the season. Thomas and Etienne are being ruled as game time decisions. But Tank Bigsby is in. So I don't know. Risk it with BTJ or wait and see?
I think you got to wait and see here. I think the problem is I think they play the late slate of games this week, which is weird. The Jaguars usually don't. They usually play earlier, but I think this week, let me make sure. I think they play the later slate.
Yeah.
Which means if we don't get they do against the Eagles. So if we don't get a report overnight, that means we're probably not going to get an official report until the morning game, until the early games are already like probably halftime into the third quarter. And by then it's too late if they say he's out. So obviously I definitely want to wait for BTJ if I can. Like if I have a good, like let's say you have BTJ and maybe you have who's somebody I would feel okay about in those that isn't like a must in those afternoon games. Like maybe you have BTJ and DJ Moore. They both play in the afternoon slate. In a case like that, I would just wait. And if BTJ doesn't play, I'd pivot to DJ Moore. But if you have a really good option in the morning or I say the morning because it's morning here, but like in the early slate, I just wouldn't risk it.
Yeah, and I'll say what I would do if you don't have a better option or if it's an early option or whatever. You always go to Parker Washington, pick him up if he's out there, because if Brian Thomas doesn't play, Parker Washington's at least going to get targets. So that's a possibility. Let's finish with the good news. The guys who are in. Lamar Jackson missed some practices. People worried. He's fine. Just rest. He's good. He's in. Tyrone Tracy, thankfully, is good to go. No concern about him missing. Could be a smash spot again. Brian Daboll was talking him up, way up. So, yeah, potential league winner there. You never know. Derek Carr is back for the Saints. And then Drake May, that concussion protocol sounds like he's clear. He's good to go. So we're going to see Drake May, thankfully. So still don't fire up Pats receivers. David Njoku is good to go. TJ Hawkinson making his return. We're going to get a lot of Hawkinson questions. Still feeling the same about Hawk?
Yeah, very risky here. Very risky. I mean, if your choices are like Hawkinson or I don't know, somebody terrible. Like if your choices are like Hawkinson or Jatavion Sanders or some Tyler Conk. Well, Conk can play last night. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll go Hawkinson, but most times I'm going to say no to Hawk.
Yeah, agree with that. Jerome Ford, for what it's worth, is back. Rico Dowdle going to play in this game, and saving this for last, just to keep you all in suspense. Puka Nakua sounds like he's going to play. So yes, it was the same knee. Yes, he got banged up in practice, but they said it was minor, just one of those things. So the question is, he is playing, but are you now worried about an in-game injury, worried about him being limited, something happening here? If you have Puka, are you just starting him, no questions asked?
I think you got to start him, no questions asked. I mean, sure, you're probably going to be nervous. You're probably always going to be like hoping, Scott Hansen isn't flipping over to the Rams game and being like, this just happened in the Rams game and the Rams are at like their own 30 and it's like, oh, this probably isn't good. And then you see Puka Nakua, on the ground holding his knee. But at the same time, the upside is so great. You got to risk it. Oh, I think we lost Pierre.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. All right, there we go. There's crazy storms here today, so that's probably why if I flip in and out. The joys of country living. All right. That's the injury report for today. We'll do it again tomorrow morning, so check us out 3 hours before kickoff. But now it's time to get to your questions. But first, reminder, we're still partnered with Underdog, and if you haven't tried Underdog, you should do it now. You can start out with a free pick. It's Jalen Hurts just getting 1 yard. Yep, 1 yard. Take the higher and 0.5 total yards for Jalen Hurts. You get this if you're new to Underdog. It's a new customer special. But when you sign up for the very first time on Underdog, you got to use code NGAME when you check out because it gets you the free pick. It also gets you up to $1,000 of bonus cash. So if you haven't tried Underdog yet, it's a good time to do it. And let me also point you to our app. It's called Draft Lane. It's a way for you to get in touch with us just like you do here, but you can do it from the convenience of your phone and anywhere you are and at any time. So ask your questions there. We will respond. That's it. It's a free download, App Store, Google Play Store. Just download Draft Lane and check it out. You can sync your Yahoo and Sleeper leagues with it. It's definitely a very cool feature. Let's start not quite halfway, but pretty far across the world. In Italy.
Nice.
Mellow Inc. Salute. Yeah, salute to you. 3 and 5 full PPR. Need 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 flex. Connor, Monty, Mostert, Tracy, Hill, Drake, Harrison, Dobbs. Thank you. You're welcome. Subscribe and like. Agree.
Yes. Agree. All right. 2 running backs are going to be Connor and Monty. Although I am tempted to go Tracy over Monty now, but I think I still got to go Monty. 2 wide receivers are Hill and Drake. Oh, man. Dobbs gets more interesting with Jordan Love playing. But I think I got to go Harrison this week in PPR. I think I got to go Harrison. Even though on paper it doesn't look like a good matchup for Harrison against the Bears, Jalen Johnson. They play a ton of single high safety, and that's what he's mostly been really strong against this year. So it's tempting to put Tracy in there as a flex.
Yeah, it is.
But I think in PPR, I'm going to go Harrison.
Thing with Harrison, obviously had a great game last week, and we saw what we wanted. They actually used him in a way that was smart. They actually had him doing more cross patterns, horizontal routes, not just running deep and wasting his time. The question is, will it continue this week? I think we're going to have to take a chance here. So I'm agree. I'll go Harrison. It is hard to sit Tracy, but let's do that.
Are you definitely Monty over Tracy?
Yeah, I'm still starting Monty. Alex Bellevue, if Pollard is out, which he might be, flex Ingram or D-Hop?
Got to be Ingram. It's got to be Ingram. I was like reading up on it today. He was in the games Christian Kirk missed last year. I remember that was with a healthy Calvin Ridley, and I think even Zay Jones in a lot of those games. He was the tight end too, only slightly behind David Njoku. He was averaging over 15 points per game, which for a tight end is absurd. Might not have Brian Thomas tomorrow. Might not have Gabe Davis tomorrow. This could be a big Evan Ingram week. I think you got to go Ingram over Pollard.
Yeah, I think you do. When you're asking have Ferguson a tight end, just put Ingram at your tight ends. The question really becomes more Ferguson or D-Hop, but D-Hop does have a great matchup. This is that risk if you want to take. I think D-Hop is definitely startable as a flex, but it's your risk tolerance.
Yep.
But I'm fine with Ferg. If Pollard is good, would you flex one over Ramondre? I think we're still starting Ramondre.
Yeah, I like Ramondre this week. Good matchup for him. Still can't put a tight end over workhorse running backs like Ramondre and Pollard.
Right. All right, Moises, good morning. Please start 2, 2, and 1. Henry, Monty, BTJ, B-Rob, Myers, Neighbors, Waddle.
All right, 2 running backs are going to be Henry and Monty. 2 wide receivers are going to be Neighbors. I think I'm going to put Myers over Waddle.
Yeah. Me too.
I'll say, does Myers play? Do they play? The Raiders usually play in the afternoon. They usually play the late slate of games. I'm going to guess they play the late slate tomorrow, which means you might be able to wait on BTJ. Nope, Raiders play the early slate tomorrow. You might have to just go Neighbors and Myers. What about the Dolphins? Do they play early, late? They play early too. Man, this BTJ thing. I'll go Neighbors, Waddle. Neighbors, Myers, and I might just flex Brian Robinson. I know you want to get Brian Thomas in there. Unless we hear something overnight that he's going to play. If we wake up tomorrow morning and he's still very questionable, I'm just going to go Henry, Monty, Myers, Neighbors, Brian Robinson at the flex. And I think we might have lost Pierre again. I think we lost Pierre, so bear with me while I pull up the comments here. Yep. All right. I'm sure he will jump back on in a second there, but Moises, hopefully that helps. Apologies, guys. I got to get to the top of the comments here. Get back in line where we were at. All right. Oh, geez. Okay. Should be good here. Hopefully he can get back on. All right. We got Dano, one of the members. What's up, Dan? Needs a running back, wide receiver, and a flex. Got Monty, Connor, Chase Brown, Cup, Devonta Smith. I'm going Connor at running back. Bears, not horrible against the run, but not great either. And Connor just getting all the work there. I think you got to go Connor at running back, Cup at wide receiver, and then I think you got to flex Devonta Smith. This is too good of a matchup for Devonta Smith against the Jags this week. So Connor, Cup, Devonta Smith. Good luck, Dan. All right, we got Derek Gonzalez, another one of our members. Full PPR, Harrison, Tyreek down, Shakir, pick 3. I think here you got to bench Shakir. It's not a great spot for Shakir. Tough matchup against the Dolphins. I know he's been pretty solid, but man, I don't think you can bench Tyreek. Definitely cannot bench Downs this week. I still like Harrison. I think it's got to be those first 3. Then Stafford or Kyler, I'm going to say with Puka now officially playing, I'm going to take Stafford over Kyler this week. I like him just a little bit more. It's a tough spot for Kyler. I'm not out on Kyler. I just think Stafford a little safer. Would you start Njoku if you have Chargers defense? Other options would be Andrews. They're both good, but I think you got to go Njoku. Don't worry about if you have a player going against your defense. Like if Njoku has 6 catches for 80 yards and a touchdown, okay, that's 1 touchdown against your defense, but that's also a 20-point game from Njoku. And how much does your defense Your defense can give up a touchdown and still have a nice game. Don't worry about that. Go and joke. All right, good luck, Derek. All right, now we got Ricardo. What's up, Ricardo? Happy Saturday. Yes. All right, he's got 2 chats. First chat. Let's see. 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a flex, and a tight end. Got Swift, Chuba, Brian Robinson, Olave, DJ Moore, Ladd, Ridley, Kincaid, or Hawk. I'm going Kincaid over Hawkinson this week. 2 running backs will be Swift and Brian Robinson if he plays. If he doesn't play, obviously it's going to be Swift and Chuba. 2 wide receivers are going to be Olave and Ladd. I think I'm going to Ridley or DJ Moore. It's close between Ridley and I don't love DJ Moore this week. I know it's tough to bench Ridley after his big game last week, but man, this week Christian Gonzalez. I might flex DJ Moore. So Swift, B-Rob if he plays, otherwise Swift, Chuba, Olave, Ladd, DJ Moore at the flex, Kincaid at tight end. Saints against Panthers or give me Commanders against Daniel Jones. Saints are good too, but man, they're so banged up on that defense. You gotta be a little worried. So give me Washington against the Giants. All right. And he said he benched Stroud this week. That worked out well. Picked up Kirk Cousins. Planned to start him. Okay, good. Dak Tua, Goff, Stafford, Darnold are available. No, I think Kirk is my number 1 out of these guys. I like him at home against the Cowboys. Plus, Darren Bland is out. Micah Parsons is out. And Trayvon Diggs is a game-time decision. This should be a good Kirk week. Go with Kirk. And I wouldn't worry about rest of the season. I mean, if all these guys are available, you can just play matchups every week. You can just start the guy with the best matchup. Don't feel like you have to just play the same guy every week. You got a lot of options here. Play the matchups. All right, I hope that helps. All right, fantasy football is pain. Yes, it is. Oh, he's back. Welcome back.
All right. Sorry about that. And the lightning's like in our backyard or something. Crazy.
Oh man. Hope you guys don't get hit. Hope we don't have any metal on the roof.
Well, our roof is made of metal, so there you go.
Is that supposed to be good or bad for lightning? I don't know. Doesn't it like the metal attract the lightning?
I think so. That's okay. I'm not going outside. All right. Tillman or Slayton?
I think I still got to go Tillman here. I know Slayton had an okay game last week, but yeah, risky with Daniel Jones. Just give me Tillman. I think we lost him again. Yep, I think we lost him. All right, go Tillman. Go Tillman here. I think Tillman has more upside. Tough matchup, but I'm still going Tillman. All right, we got Edouard Nolasco. Should I start Josh Jacobs or Josh Downs this week? Oh man. If it's PPR, I might go Josh Downs because this is not a good matchup for Josh Jacobs. He's dealing with this ankle injury now. If it's non-PPR, I'll go Jacobs. All right. He's back again.
We'll see.
I think he's gone again. All right. Going to be one of those mornings, but that's fine. We'll get to your questions still. Oh, wait. I think he's here. Are you alive? Are you with us? Sir Boomer just here to say he doesn't actually have a question. His team is set. None of his guys are even injured. How is that even possible? He's just here to appreciate the Ladd graphic. Putting Ladd in anything is huge. Sir Boomer clickbait. Yeah, I figured
nice.
We haven't had a Ladd question yet. Oh, no, I think we did one. I figured we get a lot of Ladd questions.
Vlad getting a lot of hype too. Kept seeing the stats. Like this should be an insane game for him. I really hope it happens. But yeah, if you got Lad, I mean, you can't say absolute must start, but he should roll.
All right. Hopefully your internet will roll for the rest of the morning here.
Yeah, no kidding. All right. Let's see who's next.
Are you able to see it? I know sometimes you get kicked off.
Yeah, I think because I got kicked off. It's the first one I see is Brandon Sky. I don't know if we did that one already.
Brandon Sky. I feel like we have not done that one yet. So let's keep going here. So we got next up, we got Dion, one of our members.
All right. Picked up Chase Brown. Ooh. It's non-PPR Olave or Chase Brown. I feel like Olave is close to a must start. I know Zach Moss is out, but still, I think it's just too hard to not play Olave.
Yeah, even in non-PPR, I think we got to go Olave. It's not like Zach Moss is getting so many carries here. He had 5 carries last week. So I think he's still, even in non-PPR, I think you still got to go Olave.
It's just not going to be a run-heavy attack, I think, for the Bengals. Like, I don't know, maybe ever. It's just not a team that's going to run the ball and commit to it a lot. The thing is with Chase Brown, I feel like a lot of his appeal is as a receiver in non-PPR that dings him, right? So I'm going to go for Olave. He should have a big game. All right. Yeah, see, because it restarted for me, the earliest I see, actually, I should see the latest I see. The first one is that what would be like 11:05 your time.
Okay. So here's Juice, one of our members.
Pick 2, McConkey, yes. Okay, Dobbs, Waddle, Tillman, Harrison. Who's the second?
Harrison. I think it's McConkey and Harrison.
Yeah, you can go Harrison. Tillman's interesting, but yeah. Wow. Okay. There you go.
Done.
Never. Always trust the gut.
Always trust the gut. Well done. He came through.
Jim K needs 1, 2, 2, 1, 1. Cousins or Kyler?
I'm going Cousins over Kyler. I like this matchup for Cousins at home against the Giants. I just talked about it. The Cowboys, no Bland, no Micah Parsons, maybe no Diggs. Give me Cousins.
Yeah, Kyler should be a strong enough start this week, but Cousins could be a much better start. Bigsby, Stevenson, Walker, Tracy.
I mean, 2 of these guys, I think I do like Stevenson this week, but I might go Walker and Tracy. Tracy has a good matchup against the Commanders' run defense. I think I might go Walker Tracy.
Yeah, Bigsby definitely falls to 4th in this list. Stevenson is a solid RB2, but Tracy, man, that upside and this matchup with Washington is great. So now that seems like he's clear, go Walker Tracy. I agree. St. Brown, Cup, McLaurin, Downs, Cooper. Okay, only 2 receivers and a flex. I mean, I think we can cross out Cooper because he's not even sure to play.
Yeah, even if he was full go, it's not Cooper.
Yeah.
I'm going St. Brown, Cup, Terry, 2 wide receivers, flex. I don't want to bench Downs this week, but your options are so good you almost have to.
Yeah, one of the rare times where we can bench Downs and not feel guilty. Pitts or Otten?
Got to be Otten, I think. Got to be Otten. At least until Evans comes back, I think it has to be Otten.
Yeah, Pitts is getting close to the just start and don't question territory, but Otten is getting so many targets. And I don't love the matchup for Otten, but the target share is going to be there. So, agree. Pitts is just a little riskier. But, man, it's Kirk Cousins against that Cowboys defense. I do like Pitts. That's what makes this one tough. I feel like Otten gets you the for sure floor. Pitts could have a big game, could have a bigger game, is what I would say. But I think your lineup is good enough here. Let's just go with Otton. All right. Next.
All right. That's right. Next one is Cody. I forgot. I'm not used to doing this. Cody.
Yeah. Puka will play. Olave better than Tyreek. Okay, so Olave or Tyreek?
Oh, man.
I might do that.
Yeah, I might do that this week too on the road against Buffalo. Let's just go Olave. Olave, like, I don't want to say Olave looks like he can't fail this week because famous last words. But man, there's not one metric pointing to a bad Olave.
Right, exactly. And like every receiver besides Olave for the Saints is hurt. Rashid Shaheed, of course, done for the season. Bub Means out. Cedric Wilson, I don't even know if we talked about him because he's not fantasy relevant, but he's also questionable with a hip. The number 2 guy is Mason Tipton. Yeah. Olave is going to get a ton of targets. I would just go Olave. It's not actually a great matchup for Tyreek anyways.
Nope. Oops. All right, well, okay. DC Hogs, let's go end game. Thank you.
There you go. Thank you, Hogs.
Meant to pull up Dion, one of our members.
Saints horrible defense against the horrible Panthers offense, or the Commanders improving defense against Daniel Jones?
Yeah, just give me the Commanders against Daniel Jones here. Let's not risk it with the Saints. Not like I said, Lattimore might not play. Like 2 of their other corners might not play. Like, yeah, I'm not taking that chance.
I forgot to mention that when saying that you have to start Jalen Coker. As I forgot because Marshawn Lattimore and Kool-Aid McKinstry are both, I think, out, right?
I don't know if they're officially out, but they haven't practiced all week, so probably out.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, they might have been officially ruled out. I don't know.
Just imagine, what if Jalen Coker goes for like 120 something yards, a touchdown, maybe 2 touchdowns, people will be throwing everything they have to get Jalen Coker. I'm not saying it's going to happen. Just what if? I just want to see it, to see the chaos. All right. After Dion, let's see.
After Dion, I think we're caught up with Brandon Sky.
All right. Good. How do we feel about Bo Nix? Good.
Feel fine. Risky, but it's a great spot for Bo Nix. It's a fantastic spot against this Ravens defense. Again, all the metrics point to Bo Nix having a big game, right? They can't run the football. The Ravens are elite against the run. They're horrible against the pass. Should be a good Bo Nix game.
It should be. I'm going to be a little cautious here, don't get carried away, because again, if you're starting one quarterback, I'm not going to throw him over other quarterbacks that are more reliable, like not starting Bo Nix over Kirk Cousins. I'm probably not starting him over Matt Stafford now that Puka is for sure playing. So he's startable, but let's not go crazy here. Njoku or Ingram? I mean, tough to sit Njoku, but I think you just have to start Ingram, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. This is tough, but yeah. I think you got to go Ingram.
Maurice Copeland says, thanks for the CMC trade advice. All right, no problem. Let's see, that'll be a whole new interesting thing next week. We get to talk about CMC. Yes. Mondre or Tracy? Well, kind of had this earlier. We're going Tracy.
Yep, just give me Tracy. He looked good. It sounds like they are fully committed to him as the guy. It's a good matchup against Commanders. Just give me Tracy.
Yep. And another one here from Tyler Trowbridge, Tracy or JSN. I feel like this is pretty easy.
Yeah, this is definitely Tracy. I don't not feeling JSN anyways, and then not a great matchup for him either.
Yeah, and I saw, for all the complaining about the play calling, the usage, and Shane Waldron, which look rightfully so. Okay, he's not good. Okay, that's fine. But for everything Jason last year, you look at his numbers this year, they are almost identical. It has nothing to do with the offensive coordinator or the head coach or the play calling, because that's all different. So now we have to wonder, what is the problem?
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, this is Tracy. Aquahawks GSP. Cup or Chase Brown?
Got to be Cup still. I think it's got to be Cup. Maybe in full non-PPR, I could go Chase Brown here because I don't know if this is going to be necessarily a huge Cup game. But in any it's half PPR, yeah, Cup.
Yeah, even in non, again, I think Cup is solid enough because Chase Brown, I just don't feel like he's getting 20 plus carries because he never gets 20 carries just ever. And yeah, I'm just going Cup here. Chase Brown is startable, but not over a guy like Cup. Snarf. Hey, Jaden Daniels or Baker Mayfield. That's. I mean, come on.
That's Jaden Daniels. What are we doing, Snarf? What are we doing here?
Look, and I get a couple of weeks ago it was Baker Mayfield QB1, but no Godwin, no Evans, and at the Chiefs. You really don't want to start Baker Mayfield anyways. It's easily Jaden Daniels. John, full PPR, Mayfield or Dak. That's a little tougher.
That's a little tougher, but I think I'm just going to go Mayfield. They'll still have to throw the ball a ton. He's been putting up good fantasy points. This could be a bounce back spot for Dak, but man, let me see him bounce back first.
Right. Yeah. Let's just make sure that the Cowboys offense isn't just completely broken. Right. All right. 2 running backs, Tracy or Ramondre Madison.
Tracy and Ramondre. I do like Madison this week, but not over these guys. No.
Yeah, I was gonna say you kind of like Madison, but Ramondre is just better. A little better spot.
Yes.
I will say I feel better also that it's May, not Brissett. It'll feel a little better. Not about the passing game. Well, I guess about the passing game, not about the receivers. But yeah, go Tracy, Mondre. 2 receivers, Tillman, Flowers, Olave. I feel like Olave's 1. You going Flowers or Tillman?
Ah, man. I mean, yeah, definitely Olave here. Like, no doubt Olave, but
the thing is, it's, again, I'll say this for probably the 9th time. 9 times out of 10, it's Flowers, no doubt. Just so happens he gets the worst matchup possible with Pat Surtain. Tillman is
I don't know.
no
I
sure
probably
thing.
still have to go Flowers here, though.
Yeah. It's not like he'll do nothing.
Not a great spot for Tillman this week.
Right. Laporta, Andrews.
This is actually close now. Look at my tight end sheet here. Andrews, Broncos. This is actually a good spot for Laporta this week against the Packers. Tough to bench Andrews right now, but I might go Laporta over Andrews this week.
Yeah, I'm thinking Laporta without JMO has helped open things up for him, get more targets. That's what we're looking for. So I'm going to go Laporta. And I guess we need a flex, so we could either go Tillman or Madison. Go and shoot for the moon or go for the floor?
Tillman. Yeah, shoot for the moon.
There you go. All right. Rogelio Amnaya needs a wide receiver 2 and 2 flex. Got Bucky, Harrison, Lockett, Shakir, Downs.
Harrison and Downs. Harrison and Downs, like, for sure, head and shoulders above these guys for me.
Yeah, Downs is going to be my favorite here. Harrison.
He needs two flexes. I thought it was a wide receiver 2 and flex, but he needs a second flex. Harrison, Downs. I don't know. I think I'm going to gamble on Lockett again. It's PPR. It's a good matchup for Lockett against the Rams. They give up, like I said, the 11th most points to outside wide receivers, the fewest points to slot wide receivers. Tyler Lockett, he still plays in the slot a little bit, but that's mostly JSN's role now. So he's mostly going to be on the outside without DK Metcalf. No Noah Fant. I just think he has the most upside here. I'm going Lockett.
I agree. It's a good spot for Lockett. I mean, for whatever you can make as a good spot for a guy like Lockett, no DK, no Fant. But also, it's not a good spot for Shakir, right? The Dolphins are really tough against interior receivers and slot receivers.
Yep.
So, yep. Downs, Harrison, Lockett. Matthew Molina, William Stafford, Baker, worried about the rain in KC. Well, I'm worried more about the KC defense.
Yeah, not worried about the rain. But I'm going Stafford here.
Yes.
Regardless. Puka's playing. That's good enough for me. He's got Puka and Cup. I'm going Stafford.
Yep. Puka playing. No reason not to play Stafford. Prime time. Yep. No Higgins. Get used to it. Romeo Dobbs or Cedric Tillman?
I might go Dobbs here, honestly. Lions, really bad against wide receivers. He's got Jordan Love playing. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go Dobbs.
Yeah, Tillman is going to be more of a dice roll this week, but with Love playing, I would say before, if we thought that Malik Willis was the quarterback, which I did, I would say Tillman, but now I'll go Dobbs. That's it. If Love plays, go Dobbs. All right, Jay Will. Full PPR. Needs one receiver and a flex. Got Pittman, Mooney, Waddle, Stevenson. Right now has Mooney and Stevenson. Would you switch it?
I might keep it. Pittman's fine, but I don't know if Pittman has a big ceiling in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I really wish I could just say Waddle, but this week I'm not going to say Waddle.
No.
I like Mooney the best. Yeah, the question is go Stevenson, and you should be pretty solid, get you like double-digit points, upside for more if he scores a touchdown. Pittman is interesting because they get that Vikings defense, and the Vikings, I can't remember exactly because they keep switching week to week. I know they're definitely bottom 3 or, at least one of the top defenses to stream against for a wide receiver as far as fantasy points allowed. I think Minnesota might have taken the top spot. They give up points to wide receivers, but that's a little bit more reason to be in on Downs because when Flacco's quarterback, Downs is the top target. So I like Pittman, but I don't know if I would put him in over Stevenson, like you said. So,
yep.
It's close. Well, let's just go Stevenson. I guess, Jay, the way you have it, just keep it. Croza. Starting Allen, Bijan, Sanders. Is that Miles Sanders?
I think it is.
Look, just because this is a very rare opportunity to discuss Miles Sanders, which we have not done all season. There is a league where I have, I think it's Jordan Mason / CMC on bye, and I'm bad at running back. So I'm starting Miles Sanders in one league. Just put it that way. Because obviously we know Deontay Johnson's gone. Xavier Leggett's questionable. I'm sorry, Xavier Leggett is questionable. Thielen's not back. But with Bryce Young back, you know who was second on the Panthers in targets? But you'll never guess last week. Never guess.
Actually, I will guess. It's Miles Sanders because I also picked him up. In the best ball league that I am in. Yeah, 7 targets last week, I think.
I mean, with Bryce Young not necessarily taking a lot of deep shots, you might see a lot of Miles Sanders like gobbling up those short targets. So, look, it's floor play, right? It's floor play. But anyways, I just wanted to take a chance to talk about Miles Sanders. Pittman, Tillman, Gesicki, Bengals, Arizona kicker, start one flex between those guys. I mean, come on, it's obviously it's got to be Jalen Coker.
I guess. Not a good spot for Elijah Moore. Pop a little bit interesting with Drake May back, but I'm done with. I don't want to go down that route again. Komet. I guess just risk it with Coker and see what happens.
Yeah, look, Elijah Moore is fine, but come on, do you want fine? You don't. You're ready on Sanders. Let's just go all in on the Panthers. It's always a good recipe for success.
Oh yeah,
Jalen Coker. Coker. All right, so Miles Zyle says his message is not sending. Right, we'll look. I don't see it on here. I'd have to go back. Chris, could you possibly find Miles Zyle's chat? Because I think it cut off for me.
I will look.
But we'll go to the next one. Hang tight, Miles. Jay needs to flex between Waddle, Myers, Stevenson, Jones, and BTJ. Jones meaning Aaron Jones?
Yeah. If that's Aaron Jones, I'm going Aaron Jones and probably just go Stevenson and not risk it with BTJ.
Right.
I'm not sure what other Jones that would be.
Yeah, I think it must be Aaron Jones. I mean, if he's a flex option, that's a pretty good flex option. So yeah, go Jones and Stevenson. Ethan Struby, welcome back, Ethan. 12-team PPR offered Debo for Evans.
This is close. But I think I'm going to give Evans the edge. I mean, they're both probably going to be the wide receiver ones in their offense, but I just feel better about the fact that Evans is competing with Jalen McMillan, Trey Palmer, Sterling Shepard,
right,
Cade Otton, whereas Debo is competing with Christian McCaffrey, probably going to be back, George Kittle, maybe Juwan Jennings back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing is both these guys think, okay, well, even if they weren't already the number one on their team, number one, number two, whatever, Godwin out, Ayuk out, both benefit. I think Evans benefits more because you got to remember the Niners supposedly getting Christian McCaffrey back. Jennings has kind of emerged. Yeah, I think I prefer Evans. And look, you can't use Debo this week anyways, so you might as well wait for Evans.
I don't see Miles Ziles. Said question below, but I'm scrolling. I don't see it. So Miles Ziles. Just drop it in the regular chat. We'll get to it eventually, buddy. Sorry.
Okay. And then Ethan also wants to know Flacco or Kyler.
Okay, here I'm still going Kyler. Here. He's got that rushing upside that Flacco does not.
I too will give the reasonable response and say Kyler. I like Flacco, but yeah, Kyler's really not in a bad spot this week. It's not the best right against the Bears, but I think specifically for him, he'll be fine. Jesus Valdez, half PPR, start one in a flex. Reed, Harrison, D-Hop, Tillman. Two of these guys.
I think I got to go Reed and Harrison now.
Yeah.
Reed gets Jordan Love against the Lions. That's a great spot for him. I think you got to go Reed now with Jordan Love playing. And I've talked about Harrison. Not scared of this matchup for Harrison. So I'm going Reed and Harrison.
Yep. With Love back, I can pretty confidently go with Reed. The other two, D-Hop and Tillman, risky. You don't need to risk it with, you got Harrison there. Elmer Sanchez, 2 receivers, 2 running backs in the flex. Kamara, Bijan, Williams, Irving, Mostert, Hill, Tolbert, Papa, Dunze. Actually, I don't even know. I was going to say we might want to flex a running back here, but now I'm not sure who we want to flex.
Actually, you got to go Hill. Boy, I think I'm going to go Hill and. All right, you got to go Kamara Bijan at running back.
Right. Hill and who? Is Elmer. Is Jalen Coker on your waiver wire? Perhaps. Not even kidding.
I think I'm going to go Hill. Let me take a look here. Odunze. It's not a bad spot for Odunze.
Yeah, I did see. Was it Ryan Heath? Fantasy Points breaks down matchups, saying the type of defense that the Cardinals run. I think they do single high very frequently. Basically, without getting too deep into it, they give up a little bit more underneath than they do deep. And Odunze is the highest A-dot receiver. Might not. There's no guarantee. Like, they don't shut down receivers in general, but it might be a little bit more beneficial for like Moore and Allen. I don't know. I think I would go Tolbert over Odunze, but I don't even know who to flex here. That's the problem.
Yeah, actually, this might be a better spot for Tolbert. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, I might go Tolbert at wide receiver 2, and then I think I'm just going to flex Mostert or Irving and hope for a touchdown.
Yeah,
I might just flex Mostert and hope for the touchdown.
Yeah,
don't
you
feel great.
kind of
Don't feel
just
great
need a
about
big
it.
play touchdown, something for your flex.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck there. You might not be too bad off if you look for a streamer option on the waiver wire. Paul P. No Higgins, 2 receivers, 2 flex. We need AJB, DJ Moore. You have those starting. Okay, so wants to know who to flex. Mooney, Elijah, Tolbert, Coker, Sharbs, or Algier?
I'm going Mooney here. I like Mooney this week. Again, that Cowboys secondary banged up at home. Could be a big Mooney week. Let's go with Mooney.
Yeah, Mooney for sure. Okay, we need 2 flexes. So who's the second one? Got Tolbert, Moore, Coker. Probably not the running backs. Well, actually, Algier's not a terrible start, but
he's not a terrible start. But I saw a stat today where like Bijan is starting to dominate red zone and inside the 10 touches as he should be, which really caps Algier's ceiling. I might just go Tolbert again. I mean, Coker's okay too, I guess. They're both risky. But one guy's got Dak, one guy's got Bryce Young.
Right.
Might go Tolbert.
I probably have to go Tolbert here. Unless you want to roll the dice, you could, but yeah, Tolbert's fine. Mikey J. Okay. Would you trade Tyreek for Neighbors and Coleman? Other receivers are Nico Mooney, Downs, Hopkins, and Deontay. It's half.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. We got to be a little nervous about Neighbors now. I mean, we took him out of the no doubt must starts, and I still think you're starting Neighbors no matter what. But man, Daniel Jones looks horrible. We might get Drew Lock, and I know there's people that they're gonna tell themselves Drew Lock is an upgrade from Daniel Jones, but I got bad news. I got bad news for you.
Those are people who have not seen Drew Lock play for an extended period of time. Like maybe they just started watching, and he was drafted high and whatever. You did not get to see him in Denver. But yeah. I think I'd rather have Tyreek here. Because look, are you really starting Coleman over Hopkins and Deontay going forward or Downs? Probably not.
Yeah, I'm keeping Tyreek.
Yeah. This is Dynasty, do it. Redraft, no.
Yeah.
Senor Rojo. All right. Your favorite time of the stream. Let's talk deep. This is pretty deep tight end options. Grant Calcaterra, Will Dissly, AJ Barner, and Juwan Johnson.
I mean, I will say this is a good spot. This is a good spot for Calcaterra and for AJ Barner.
Yeah, fans out. But you know what? Thinking of a Juwan Johnson there, and I just remembered, might be the best option of these all.
Yeah.
Just Taysom Hill time. Taysom Hill because isn't it Jamal Williams and Kendrick Miller are out or probably out?
Yeah. Did we just go Taysom Hill?
All those receivers are hurt. I don't know. Could be Taysom Hill week. But do you like one of these guys better?
I don't know. I might just go Taysom Hill. I mean, he didn't put Taysom Hill here, so maybe Taysom Hill isn't available, but Taysom Hill could always get you a couple goal line touchdowns. I mean, these guys are all very risky. I might put Taysom Hill number 1 if he's out there out of these guys.
It's Carolina.
Maybe Juwan Johnson too.
Yeah. That's what I would do. And just take advantage of that matchup and the, lack of options there. Yeah. Let's go with Saint. So hopefully Hill if he's there, and if not, go Juwan. John needs a receiver. Thank you, by the way. Got that membership as well. Needs one from waivers. Ooh, Gabe Davis, Quentin Johnson, Darius Slayton, Jalen Tolbert, Khalif Raymond, Jalen Coker. Now, he says needs one. I guess I'm going to assume need one like you want to, or you need to start them.
Yeah, if you need to start one, I think I'm going Tolbert. If you're looking more long-term, I might go Coker. But if you need one this week, I'm going Tolbert.
Yeah, Tolbert 1, Coker 2, probably Slayton 3. Dylan, Dembeck, DJ Moore, or Tyrone Tracy, non-PPR.
I'm just going to go Tyrone Tracy.
Yeah.
Just give me Tracy.
I might even go Tracy if it was PPR. I'll go Tracy. Non, yeah, it's a good spot for him. Mr. Dykers, flex, Christian Watson, Keenan Allen, or a questionable Liggett.
Boy, when I put the title answering your tough star sit questions, you guys take me literally. Christian Watson. I mean, it is the Lions. But man, how good can we feel about Christian Watson? Liggett does get the Saints. I might just go Liggett if he plays. If not, I might gamble on Christian Watson with Jordan Love. I mean, Keenan Allen. What are we getting from Keenan Allen?
Yeah, I mean, you might as well shoot for some sort of a ceiling, right? I would just go Watson and just hope for a big play. That's what he is. Rise above anything. What's up? Kraft or Gesicki?
It's not a good spot for Kraft against the Lions. Very strong against tight ends. I think I got to go Gesicki with no T.
Yeah, like Gesicki enough that I think you can go him over Kraft. And then Downs or Hubbard at the flex, assuming it's PPR.
Yeah, definitely Downs.
Definitely Downs, yeah. And what's up, Joe Castles? Always in the house. Sam Darnold or Bo Nix?
I'm going Darnold over Nix. This is a pretty close one, honestly. But, man, Darnold at home against the Colts. I like that matchup. I'm going to go Darnold slightly over Nix.
Yeah, like I said, Nix, this is where it gets close, right? Nix is very tempting. Not putting him over set and forget quarterbacks. Darnold isn't that. Darnold kind of lives at the very low end of the QB1 range for me, kind of like 12, 13-ish. Yeah. And Nix, I think, creeps up to that level now. So, look, if you really want to hope that Bo Nix has a big game against that Ravens secondary, you could go Nix, but it's the Colts defense. I'll probably just go Darnold. Baker or Nix? I think this week, again, I don't risk it with that scary rain in Kansas City. Let's go Bo Nix.
Yeah, I agree.
Jonathan Waterbury, what's up? Flex Tillman, Jacoby, or Tank Bigsby? Tough.
I'm gonna go Jacoby even in half. I'm not feeling great about Tank this week. There's just a really good chance that it's the second half and they're down big and he's not touching the football much. So Tillman risky. I'm just gonna go Jacoby. He's in a good spot. He should come through.
Yeah, and in half, I think a lot of times you could defer to the running back who is getting nearly all the touches there. I don't even care if Etienne plays or not, but it's just tough. The Eagles are a top 5 defense against running backs in terms of fantasy points. And yeah, it could get ugly. So just go Jacoby. He'll get you enough targets. Joe Estrada, Cousins, Darnold, or Love? Now that Love is playing.
I think I might still go Cousins here.
see. That's what I was thinking. Because here's the thing with Love. He's playing, right? You say that he's probably playing, but what if it's like last week where he was playing and he was like gutting it out and he kept getting aggravated, right? Like re-aggravated. There's a concern that maybe there is a re-aggravation here. At least I have a concern. Why not just play it safe with Cousins?
Exactly. I think just play it safe. Cousins has plenty of upside. Like if Love was 100%, I would definitely say Love, but he's not. So let's just go Cousins.
I'm honestly a little surprised. I think only because of the matchup, because it's Detroit and they definitely want to win that game.
Yeah.
If it was a different opponent, they might just sit him before the bye. I think only because it's Detroit, they're putting him out there. But yeah, let's go Cousins. WLG JLRM 91. Traded Xavier Worthy for Keenan Allen. Feel like I was fleeced. Then why'd you do it?
I wouldn't say you were fleeced here. I think there's a chance Keenan Allen is better than Xavier Worthy rest of the season, but there's also a chance that Xavier Worthy is significantly better than Keenan Allen the rest of the season. And I don't think there's any chance Keenan Allen will be significantly better than Xavier Worthy. So, I mean, I would have wanted to keep Xavier Worthy just for that upside potential, but I certainly wouldn't say you got fleeced here.
No. I mean, what is Worthy done to make you feel like you were fleeced? He hasn't done much of anything. So it's fine. It's fine. Like I would say Allen's not the Bears receiver I would want rest of the season, but right now this is kind of even.
All right. Is this big news?
That depends.
Ezekiel Elliott is out for undisclosed reasons.
Undisclosed reasons. Now that's interesting. No, that's not big news. No. It's Rico Dowdle's backfield. Oh well. Thomas. Here we go. Put to the test your faith in Jalen Coker. Romeo Dobbs and Jalen Coker.
No, I'm just gonna go Romeo Dobbs against the Lions with Jordan Love. I'm not gonna risk it. Romeo Dobbs with Jordan Love should be fine.
I will say you're saying he kind of likes the hype, kind of interested. If you want to go with Coker so you don't kick yourself if he goes off, I'm okay playing Coker here, but Dobbs makes more sense. We'll put it that way. Sebastian Ponce, full PPR got Stafford and Dak, Chase Brown, James Cook, AJ Brown, DJ Moore, McBride, Josh Downs, got Tracy on the bench. Chase and Downs, easy over Tracy.
I think I go Tracy over Chase Brown. I don't know if, like, one thing about Chase Brown and the Bengals is they're such a pass heavy team. I don't know if Chase Brown just gets his massive bump. And again, let's not forget, Zach Moss, 5 carries last week. Like, okay, even if Chase Brown gets all those carries, it's still, we're not talking like 25 carries. Tyrone Tracy, yeah, the way Brian Dable is talking about him, he's going to get top 5 touches this week among running backs, and it's a good matchup against Commanders. I'm going Tracy.
Yep, going Tracy too. And then I don't know if you're asking Stafford and Dak. We'll go Stafford over Dak.
Yeah, Stafford over Dak.
Okay, Mr. Rivers asking Monty over. Gonna assume BTJ
or Tyrone Tracy Jr.
Or is it T? Oh, you're on to TTJ. We have a BTJ.
Which we actually,
BTJ. That's very good.
Very early, we had this a couple times, and I'm still reluctantly, begrudgingly going Monty. There's a big part of me that wants to say Tracy, but I think you got to go Monty still.
Yeah, it's just hard to put Monty on the bench. It's not a bad spot. So you want to shoot for more upside? You could go Tracy, but Monty is pretty solid here. All right, what about this? Juice wants to know, could you go with Joey? Julius, don't call me Joey Chestnut or Tank Bigsby.
Yeah, assuming Pollard is out. If Pollard is completely out, yes.
Well, that's true. We don't. It's not official. He's just questionable. So, Chris, got a question from Chris. Keep Broncos or pick up Chiefs or Ravens?
Ravens are okay. No, wait. Ravens get
the Broncos.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling streaming against, but I can't play Broncos against Lamar. I know Broncos are good. Just give me Chiefs. Just give me Chiefs here.
Yeah, Mayfield has thrown, if I remember, 7 interceptions over the last 3 games. Yeah. No Evans, no Godwin. Go Chiefs. Flex, Rashad White, Ferguson, Javante, Waddle, Deontay.
I think I go Rashad White. It's half PPR though, but I think now I'm wondering, am I getting like too low on Waddle?
Yeah, I think
Actually, here I think I'm gonna go Waddle here. I just think he has more upside of all these, the most upside of all these guys.
Yeah, because I'm thinking with White, okay, he benefited last week. He had a nice game. But he's on the road against the Chiefs. This might not be a good spot for Tampa in general. I think Waddle is fine. Okay, we got Marquise. Okay. How can it be half standard and PPR? It's like, what? I'm now massively confused. Half standard PPR. Okay. 6 and 2 got Lamar, Kyron, Mixon, Chase, AJ Brown, Pitts, needs a flex, Moore, Pickens, Tracy Flowers, or Worthy.
Well, you can't start Pickens. I think I go Tracy here. I'm just wondering, do I put Tracy in over? Oh wait, that's Jamar Chase now. Yeah, Tracy. Definitely go Tracy.
Yeah, I think whether it's PPR standard or half, you go Tracy. Looking to trade them also. Looking to trade who? Like all of them?
Yeah.
I mean, you could try to trade Worthy. I don't know what you get for him. I wouldn't trade Flowers. You might be kind of selling low. I don't know. Is anybody here you would look to trade?
I mean, if you can trade Tracy right now and get a really good player in return, like where is Tracy being valued right now? Let's see. Yeah, see, I don't know who are you really going to get for Tracy right now.
Yeah, I don't think everybody's sky high on him yet. I think another big game, then people will pay attention. Like I feel like we're higher on him than everybody else because we're more
probably
aware of that. But no, yeah, I don't think so. I think you have a pretty good bench. You can choose to flex between Pickens and Flowers. Now you got Tracy. I think you're good.
Yeah.
I'd try to trade Worthy, but I don't know what you would get for him. Seth Swarthsky is next. What's up, Seth? 12-man PPR. Gesicki or Hunter Henry?
I mean, Hunter Henry, I think, becomes viable with Drake May, but Gesicki, I think, just has way more upside with T out. Gotta go Gesicki.
Yeah. This week, definitely feeling Gesicki now that we know T. Higgins is out. All right. So Stafford, Bo Nix, or Jameis?
I'm going Stafford here. He's got Puka and Cup healthy, or as healthy as we can expect him to be. Give me Stafford.
Agree. Gonna go Stafford. Jameis, as I mentioned in the waiver video, Stafford was the guy I talked about picking up. Jameis, sure, but just be prepared for a okay, not great game this week, and then he's off next week. So, yeah, I'm not going to go overboard on Bo Nix. Who for third flex? Keenan, Watson, Wandale, or Etienne?
I think I just gamble on the upside of Watson here with Jordan Love. Last week he went, remember 2 weeks ago, it was like him and Dontavian Wicks basically split snaps. And then last week he took over that outside number 2 wide receiver role. So let's chase that, I guess, this week. Go for some upside.
Exactly. I'm not starting Etienne. Keenan is like, you might as well go for upside. All right, let's do a quick lightning round. We're catching up on the super chats. By the way, thank you, Seth, and everybody who has dropped the super chat. We definitely appreciate it. We're gonna try to do some others, but yeah, we gotta play catch up here as we do a lot. So let's do Lobo, Tracy or Chase Brown.
Tracy.
Yep, close call. Both are good, but Tracy this week. Adam Driscoll, Stafford or Kyler.
I'm going Stafford over Kyler this week.
Again, close, but Stafford gets the edge. Omar Saeed, Hawkinson or Gesicki.
I'm just going to go Gesicki. Has a nice target share with T. Higgins out this week. Let's go Gesicki.
Yep, agree with that. And then Sylvester White, Njoku or Michael Pittman.
Oh, this is actually tough. I might go Njoku here.
Yeah, this is interesting. I normally wouldn't go with that tight end, but he might be the leading receiver for the Browns.
Yeah, maybe I'm too low on Pittman. I don't know. Like, I think Pittman will be fine. I think I just like Njoku a little better. I'm gonna go Njoku.
Yeah, good with Njoku. This again is a close one. And this, Sean Webster, too far. Taysom Hill or Trey McBride.
Trey McBride.
Taysom Hill is I don't have a better option at tight end. Come on. You got Trey McBride. All right, we'll get to the rest of the super chats. First, reminder, if you either didn't put a super chat or you want to try to get hold of us later, or whatever the reason is, you just prefer using an app instead of being live on YouTube. We are going to remind you that we have an app called Draft Lane, and it connects you with us. It's basically the same way you can do what you're doing now, but on the app. So ask start, say waiver wire trade, or there's just a ask a question feature. If you got something kind of generic you want to ask us, rate my team, whatever it is. So check it out now. It's a free download from the App Store and Google Play Store. Download it and try out all the features. You can sync your Yahoo and Sleeper leagues with it as well. A lot of cool stuff and even more in store for next season. So check it out now. Download it if you haven't yet. Let's get to Jerry Parado, Dobbs or Mooney, and the flex worried they only run the ball in Green Bay.
I'm not worried about that. I think this is close, but I think I like Mooney in this game a little bit more than Dobbs.
Yeah, I like Mooney. He's been rock solid all year. No reason to worry about Mooney against the Cowboys. I don't think it even has to do with Love or, anything in Green Bay. I just like Mooney better. Okay, back to Alex Bellevue. Chuba, Tracy, or BTJ in non-PPR?
I'm just going to go Tracy.
Yeah. Easily Tracy here. BTJ is questionable. Chuba is okay, but Tracy's just been better. Mr. Rivers, plugging in a tight end with Kittle on bye. Are we going? Oh, here we go. Ertz, Taysom, Gesicki, or Henry?
I'm just going to go Gesicki again. I'm going to keep saying yes to Gesicki. With no T, he gets that target share. He's got Joe Burrow. Let's go Gesicki.
Hey, at least you have good options here, Mr. Rivers. I mean, you're not digging deep into like the AJ Barner types. Yeah, just go Gesicki. Like maybe it is a big Taysom week, but let's go with a sure or thing. I can't say Gesicki is a sure thing. Should be a good thing. Diego, Mooney or Coleman in half?
I'm going Mooney again. I like this matchup at home against this banged up Cowboys secondary. Not a good spot for Coleman this week. Let's go Mooney.
Yep, like Mooney. Daniel Maldonado away from London with the what is that? Is it like a turkey or is that like a pink hand? I can't tell what that is.
I think it's a pink hand saying hi. It's like a pink hand.
All right, Tillman or Cooper?
Tillman. I'm not touching Cooper this week. Cooper, man, let me see something from Cooper first. Give me Tillman.
Yeah, the thing is, Cooper, last I checked, game time decision. That doesn't make me feel good. Just go Tillman. John Wickering, welcome back, John. Yeah, happy college football Saturday, which just reminded me. I love my Canes, but I'm kind of glad I'm not watching because I swear they were up 14-0 before I turned it on in the first quarter. 14-0. As soon as I turned it on, I watched Duke go down the field like that and score a touchdown. And then they scored another touchdown. And then by halftime, it was like we're losing this. Like, what? Okay. Like, I am completely not superstitious or anything like that. But you know what I'm saying, right, Chris? When you're you're watching and you're like they're winning, and then as soon as you turn on, your team starts losing, and then you're like, what? And you turn it off, and then they start winning again. You're like, okay, I guess I'm not watching today.
Yeah, because they're winning big now. So
okay. Everybody else knows what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Pick 2 receivers in the flex. Lamb, Neighbors, McConkey, D-Hop, Bigsby, Chubb, Irving, Stevenson.
Full PPR, I'm going Lamb, Neighbors, Ladd.
Yep.
I don't like benching Stevenson, but man, those guys have so much upside in PPR. Lamb, Neighbors, McConkey.
Yeah, I think that's pretty easy. I mean, of course, Lamb. There you go. And I'm not sure who your team is, John, but whoever it is, unless it happens to be Duke, good luck.
I doubt it, but you never know.
You never know. Nick Walker. Start Dobbins, Pollard, or Tracy.
I'll say if Pollard plays, he's my number 1, but Tracy would definitely be number 2 over Dobbins for me.
Yeah, Pollard is in a good spot, but just know that he's questionable. Do these teams play at the same time? Titans. Yeah, I guess they're both in the early slate, so we should know about Pollard. All right, so right now say Pollard, but look, Nick, check in tomorrow morning, and we'll let you know what the latest is. Sammy, if Pollard plays, do you start him if you have Dobbins and Rashad?
Yes, definitely. This is a good spot for Pollard. Yeah, Chestnut mixed in a little bit last week too, but it didn't affect Pollard.
Not worried about Chestnut. Chestnut is there because they need a third running back. Chestnut is familiar with the system. Chestnut's only playing because Tyjae Spears is not playing. That's why Chestnut's there. So don't worry about Chestnut. Brandon Ahmed, Odner Ingram.
I think I'm going Ingram. Man, this is close. But I think you got to give the edge to Ingram. I mean, it is a tough matchup for him, but he should get so many targets. Ingram.
Yeah, I think Ingram must start. Kirk is already gone. Thomas might not play. They're going to have to pass the ball a ton against the Eagles. They're already mostly a funnel defense, but especially to the interior. Ingram I think Ingram could smash. Devontae Smith or Terry McLaurin?
I think I do really like Devonta Smith, but I think I got to go Terry McLaurin. This is a very good spot for him. Giants give up the 9th most fantasy points to wide receivers outside. They play zone 70% of the time. Terry dominates zone, dominates cover 3. He's the clear wide receiver 1 there. I like Devonta Smith too, but I'm going to go Terry.
Yeah, definitely going to go Terry here. Could be a big game for him again. Frank, 2X, pick 1. Tracy Irving, McConkey, Worthy, Reed, and Flowers.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Okay.
If it's PPR, I'm going to go Ladd. If it's non-PPR, I'll go Tracy. But, man, tough between Ladd, Reed, and Tracy.
Yeah, all 3. I feel like Ladd is the one I feel best about. I feel like Reed could have the biggest game, but I think I would just go Ladd. If it's non-PPR, yeah, maybe just go with the running back. Good choices there, Frank. Good choices. Mr. Rivers, is this a good choice to pick up Coker and drop Coleman?
Nah, Coleman's coming on. He's in that Bills offense. Like, I'm not taking a rookie on the Panthers offense over a rookie on the Bills offense. Plus, not to mention a rookie who's actually been playing snaps. Looks like he's getting comfortable with the game. Give me Coleman.
Yeah, I'm I'm ready to buy into the Coker hype to some degree, but I'm not going to go overboard. So no. Surge. Julius Chestnut over Ramondre if Pollard is out.
No, Ramondre over Chestnut.
Yeah. I just want to say, look, I'm not dogging Chestnut or anything, but he's not some rookie who like this is his chance. Like he just needs he's been there. Like he's been around for a couple of years. He's kind of their running back that now gets an opportunity. So he could be fine, but yeah, this isn't.
He did. Look, he's the last 2 games he's run for 5 and 4.5 yards per carry. He just ran for 4.5 yards per carry on 7 touches against the Lions run defense. It's the Patriots.
10 carries, I think.
7.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just Tony Pollard got 20. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I'm going Ramondre. Azathoth. Is that right? Azathoth? Darnold or Cousins?
Cousins for me here.
Cousins, yes. Have London. Also, who gets the bench? Worthy, Ridley, or White?
I mean, I want to bench Ridley, but I think you got to bench Worthy.
Yeah.
I think you got to bench Worthy.
Gonna go Worthy. Ridley could do something, right? By the way, have we gotten word? I don't know. Is Mason Rudolph still quarterback or Levis? I haven't heard.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be Rudolph. I know they're saying Levis isn't playing because of the shoulder, but I'm pretty sure Levis is benched.
Okay. Well, that's good. I think that's good. I would bench Worthy. Lindsay is back. Lindsay Clark. Knicks or Cousins?
Going Cousins. I really like Cousins this week.
Yep. Cousins it is. Sir Cap-a-lot. 2 receivers, 2 running backs, 3 flex. Got Cooper Moore, Judy, Johnson, Liggett, Tolbert, Kyron, Tracy Bigsby. Needs 3 flexes.
All right. Well, Kyron and Tracy are running back. What are these wide receivers? I guess Moore. You got to start 5 of these guys. Moore, Liggett, Tolbert, Judy, Bigsby, I guess. Those are my 2 wide receivers and flex.
Yeah, it's funny because probably the 2 best receivers you have who just got traded are the ones you're going to sit because Cooper is a game time decision and Johnson, who knows how much he'll play. But look, if Liggett doesn't play, you're going to have to do something. All right. It's Damian Christian's turn. Starts it. Burrow, Darnold, Tua.
Burrow here for me. This is a good spot for Burrow.
Yeah, Burrow it is. Malik at receiver. I guess Malik, Jamar, Cooper, Tyreek, DJ Moore, Terry, Mooney, and Ridley. All right, a lot of receivers. Henry, Connor, Tracy Brown at running back.
Oh, man. I think you got to go Henry, Connor at running back. I think you got to go Tyreek and Jamar at wide receiver. And then if you need a flex, I might flex McLaurin over Neighbors this week, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I like Terry. It's a good matchup. You got a lot of good options here.
Yeah.
Western Goods. Got the membership here. 6-2. Very nice. Needs 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 2 receivers, and a flex. Jacobs, Monty, Aaron Jones. And then Cup, Lamb, Jacoby Worthy. Tight end is Njoku or Otten. And then flex.
All right. 2 running backs are going to be Aaron Jones, and I might just go Monty over Jacobs. Tough matchup with that ankle. Maybe just go Monty. Wide receivers, Cup and Lamb. I think I will flex. You know, I'll play those 3 running backs, though. As much as I like Jacoby Myers, I don't think I could put Jacoby Myers over any of those running backs. So let's start at 3 running backs, Cup and Lamb, and then I think I go Njoku over Otten, but very, very close there.
Yeah, and I don't see the quarterback. It doesn't matter. So yeah, this is close. This is a lot of close calls here. You got to start Lamb. You got to start Cup. I'll go Njoku over Auden again. I'm not feeling it's going to be a big Auden week because Kansas City. I like Njoku running back. Yeah, I think you need to flex one. So just go with those three. Yes, definitely want everybody to have a winning weekend.
Yes.
We got Frank again, 2x. Kraft, Taysom, Hunter Henry.
Henry in a tough spot. Kraft in a tough spot. But I think I got to go Kraft. He's been better. He's scoring touchdowns. Got Jordan Love this week. I'll go Kraft.
I'll just say this, Frank. I don't remember. I know you chatted not too long ago. Your team, let's say you're down or you just need some upside. Sure, just go Taysom. Just take a shot and go for the ceiling. But if you're just fine taking some points and hoping for a touchdown, you can go Kraft. I don't know. I'm subconsciously talking myself into a big Taysom week. James Hutchison dropped a super chat. We'll look for a comment, and then if we do have a question, we'll put it up. But let's keep going for now with Sammy. Pick 2, Auden Njoku, Reed, Flowers, Tillman.
I mean, Reed is definitely number 1 for me. Now that we got Jordan Love. Very tough here. I almost want to play one of the tight ends, but man, can I really bench Zay Flowers for one of those tight ends?
Yeah, I'm like I look at it. Okay, process of elimination. Like between those tight ends, Auden and Njoku, I prefer Njoku to Auden. And we just had this question, right?
Yep.
And you said
Njoku.
All right, so let's cross off Auden. Cleveland Browns. Who do you think is going to score more in Cleveland, Njoku or Tillman?
That didn't help. I mean, I think Njoku certainly has less bust potential than Tillman, but I also don't know if Njoku has more upside than Tillman. That's the issue. Because Tillman could always have one of the, Tillman could have like a 30-yard touchdown and still get like a couple, 2 or 3 more catches, and he's got a big game. Whereas Njoku might get like 6 or 7 catches, but may not score. And,
That's fair. I mean, yeah, it's tough to say. I mean, as far as the Chargers defense, they give it more on the outside or the inside? I feel like it's
they're good against both.
Dead even. All right. So I guess if you're gonna, I'll just say Njoku's the one that I feel best about getting points here. I feel like Tillman and Flowers have lower floors. I don't even know how high the ceiling is for Flowers in this matchup. So I might go
Browns play. Did the Browns play last week again?
Last week, it was the Chargers. No, this week it's the Chargers.
No, this week's the Chargers. Who did they play last week?
Ravens last week, which is why Tillman feasted.
Yeah. I don't know, but my real dilemma is Flowers. Like, could I play Njoku over Flowers?
I think I would. Remember, Pat Surtain is shut down. Mike Evans shut down. Who else?
DK Metcalf, Garrett Wilson, everybody. Everybody. I don't know. I think if it's me, I'm going Reed Tillman. This one's hurting my brain.
All right, let's move on because we got more to do. This is a tough one, Sammy. Good job stumping us. TG. Come on. Which, by the way, tell your boy TH to suit up one of these days.
Yes.
Hubbard, Pollard, Lockett, Mostert.
Pollard would be my number 1. I think Lockett's my number 2.
Yeah. Hopefully you can start Pollard. Speaking of Tillman, Michael Bryan, very good question. Trade Tillman while he's a hot commodity for Kelsey or Mike Evans? Yeah.
I mean, if you can get either of those guys for Tillman, do it. I don't know if you can, but if you can, definitely do it.
Absolutely do that. All right. Now we got Christopher Laborde, 2-6. How is that possible? Murray or Knicks?
Still going Murray over Knicks.
Yes. JSN, Waddle, Harrison, pick 2.
I'm going to bench JSN here.
Yeah.
The bench JSN. Harrison should be good. Waddle at least has some upside. JSN, not a good spot for him and no upside.
Yeah. Basically not JSN. All right. Good luck, Chris. Lindsay also wants to know tight end Otner McBride.
Still going McBride. I don't really ever bench McBride.
You got to start McBride. It's actually not a bad spot for him, believe it or not. Sir Capela starts it 2 running backs, 2 receivers, a tight end, 3 flex. I guess, yeah, I think this is different from his last one.
Yeah, because I actually see some names in here that I like.
There you go. 2 running backs.
2 running backs will be Swift and James Cook.
2 receivers.
Although I said that really fast. Hold on. I mean, I do like Swift this week, but he's also got Tracy and Ramondre. But Swift gets Cardinals. Yeah, Swift and James Cook.
We're gonna have to flex 3, so probably we'll fit in one of these running backs. I'm gonna guess.
2.
Okay, so 2 receivers and 3 flex.
Okay, Hill and London at wide receiver. I'm definitely flexing Terry. I mean, Myers, Tillman, Coke. I'm probably just flexing Tracy and Mondre. So Hill and London, Swift and Cook, McLaurin, Tracy, Mondre at the flex.
Yep, and I don't see if it's PPR or not, but even so, I think those are your best options. Aqua Hawks again got a trade offer. Devontae Smith and Pollard for St. Brown. He's saying you'd roll with Lamb and St. Brown. So would you? I guess this is to get St. Brown.
Oh, I think I take that. I do like Devonta Smith and I do like Pollard, but give me the stud. Give me the stud, Amon-Ra. Give me Sun God.
Yeah, why not? I don't feel like you're giving up too much here. Of course, this is assuming that Pollard isn't, I mean, he definitely shouldn't be your RB1. Hold on. My dog's ready for his Thunder Vest to come off. Okay. Yeah, I would do this. Why not? Tokyo Thrift. Mahomes or Burrow?
I think I'm going to go Mahomes this week at home against. Oh, no, sorry. I was thinking Mahomes or Baker because we got that question a lot. No, I'm going Burrow over Mahomes still.
Yeah, look, Mahomes gets the Bucks. I know it's very tempting, but yeah, Burrow, it's the Raiders. It's not a bad spot. We'll say though, I don't know if Burrow has the highest ceiling because we've seen that when T. Higgins is out, the pass game overall is a little bit less efficient. It's Mahomes. Are they really going to throw the ball that much?
Hey.
Man, now that I think about it, you're saying you're playing the guy who's 8-0. I mean, I don't want to drastically change your lineup just because of that, but I think Mahomes might have higher ceiling between the two this week. So if you feel like you need some upside, I might go Mahomes. Isaiah Gadsden. Best defense, Rams, Bears, or Patriots?
Rams against Seahawks is not bad, but not a great defense, although they've been better.
Bears get the Cardinals. Patriots get
Titans.
They get the Titans.
I go Patriots against Titans.
Yeah, just go with the matchup here. Go against the Titans, especially if Pollard doesn't play. Might be a good spot. Jay 1364 needs a wide receiver from waivers. Lockett, Judy, Tillman, Addison, Coker, or Slayton.
I want to say Tillman, but I feel like it should be Addison. Like Addison is the guy I feel like should not be on waivers. I know he hasn't been good recently, but I just don't feel like Addison should be out there on waivers. And I actually do like his matchup this week. The Colts run the second most cover 3, and he's been really good against cover 3. He's also really good against zone, and they play a ton of zone, which obviously because cover 3 is zone. So this could finally be a good Addison week. I think I need to pick up Addison. If all these guys are out there, I think I need to pick up Addison.
That's nice having options. But yeah, I think Addison stands out here. It's a good week for him. Don't know if you need him to start this week, but yeah, I'm going to take Addison. He's got to get better. Chaco Taco, 42-33. Goff or Tua?
Goff this week. Tua on the road against the Bills, and no thanks.
No thanks. It's Goff. And then pick up Stafford. Well,
yeah, I would start Stafford over both these guys this week.
Agree. And then Cincinnati cooked on defense. No, not at all.
Not this week. You get to stream against Gardner Minshew and or Desmond Ridder. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, Cincinnati going to be one of the best streaming defenses out there. So not at all. In fact, you could cook on defense.
Yes.
Right. I think is that proper usage. Bronx Boy 73, DJ Moore, Tyrone Tracy, or Monty.
Well, I've been saying Monty over Tracy as much as I don't want to. And I really don't feel like a big DJ Moore week, so let's just go Monty.
Yeah, it's going to be one of the running backs. Just stick with Monty. All right, Mr. Rivers now is wanting to know, would you offer Monty and Coleman for Lamb or Monty Tillman for Lamb?
I mean, you can offer it. It shouldn't get accepted, but you never know.
He says the Lamb owner is hurting it, both running back and receiver. There's no way to know if they would accept, but there's only one way to find out.
Yep.
I would offer both. And asking he can throw in Tracy. Would you do Monty, Tracy, and Coleman or Tillman?
I mean, I'm assuming if you could trade away Monty and Tracy, you're pretty deep at running back. So sure.
Yeah, I think that'd be worth it. Try it out. Rusty, what's up? Rusty Shackelford is in the house. Needs a flex. Smith, Waddle, Hopkins, Ramondre Downs.
Oh, man. I mean, I really don't want to bench Devonta Smith, but I also don't really want to bench Josh Downs.
Yeah, my instinct, my primitive inner brain immediately went to Downs. I was like, gotta start Downs. Devontae Smith is not in a bad spot. But from what I read, this really is a little bit better in AJ Brown situation. Devontae Smith, my worry is that really they just don't have to pass the ball that much.
Yeah, man, it's always tough for me to bench Devonta Smith, especially against the Jags. But Downs is in such a good spot. Let's just go Downs, I guess. Oh man, we are so all in on Downs.
Yes, all in. Let's go. Dan O. Now, speaking of Waddle, we didn't really even consider him here. He wants to know, at what point do we throw in the towel? He's got an urge to drop him.
The only way I'm throwing in the towel on Waddle is if Tua's out for the year. Not time to throw in the towel yet.
Yeah. I think you have to give him a pass for those 4 weeks when he was I can't say catching passes, but attempting to catch or not catching passes from Tyler Huntley and Skylar Thompson and Tim Boyle. So look, this is just not a good matchup this week. It will get better. So do not drop him. Do not drop him. Gin Rail. Neighbors for Jacobs.
This feels pretty fair. Like, very good wide receiver for very good running back. So, I guess it comes down to what you need. This one probably comes down to what I need.
I think it is fair. In a vacuum, I'd say probably should prefer Neighbors, but what if Drew Lock does become the quarterback? But yeah, I think you can do this. All right, how about an impromptu lightning round? Got some interesting non-super chats want to get to. First of all, 1-800-ASIAN. All right. Don't know if that's a working number, but let's not find out. Kate Otten for Calvin Ridley.
I just probably keep Kate Otten. Even when Evans comes back, I mean, he should still be pretty heavily involved. I'll just keep Otten.
Yeah, I mean, I can see doing this if you already have like Trey McBride, Brock Bowers, or whatever. And you're like, I just picked up Otten just because. I mean, you could do this, but only get Ridley if you're, I guess, not good at receiver. And then we have, I guess, Kai or Sai. Pitts or Ingram?
I like Pitts, but got to go Ingram this week. He should get a ton of targets.
Both strong, but Ingram to me is almost a must start. Saran Man, Jay Daniels or Matt Stafford?
Got to go Jaden Daniels. Got to go Jaden Daniels.
JD. Go JD.
JD.
Eric Castellanos, Kyler or Dak?
Kyler. Let's see Dak. Yeah, like you said, let's see the Cowboys not look completely broken on offense first.
Right. And then the rare second opportunity to discuss Miles Sanders. Chester D, Miles Sanders or Justice Hill?
Well, I picked up Miles Sanders and I dropped Justice Hill, so that should give you your answer.
There you go. All in on Miles Sanders this week. It's official. Tyler C, that 0.7 PPR, Flex and Coleman, Flowers, D-Hop.
Oh, man. I really want to say D-Hop.
I'm okay with D-Hop.
Got a great matchup this week against the Bucks. It's just going to come down to how much does he play.
He's been there long enough. I mean, he really shouldn't be like on a snap count or anything. I don't see why he would. Yeah, I would take a chance on D-Hop because Flowers is very risky. I mean, he really could get shut down. So let's go D-Hop. Trone needs two receivers in a flex. Tyreek, Cup, McLaurin, Mooney. Wow, gotta sit one.
Gotta sit Mooney. Can't sit those other guys.
Yeah, all good choices, but Mooney is just a little bit below them. Gerardo Boteo starting McBride, Cup, and Terry. Who to flex? Ladd or Otten?
I got to go Ladd here. It's a good spot for him.
Yeah, gotta go Ladd. The Iceman, Mark Bone, is back. This is a non-PPR question. Hopkins or Flowers?
I'm just going to go Hopkins. It should be a good Hopkins week if he plays a decent amount of snaps.
Yeah, just basically talked about this. So Hopkins and then wait, what? Hopkins or Flowers, Neighbors, and Hill. Okay. You're saying he already has Neighbors and Hill. Yeah. So you're not starting Flowers over any of these guys.
No.
Nope. Yvonne, Reboyard, hi. PPR this week, pick 2, Olave, Neighbors, and Hill. Man.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna actually. Oh man. All right, let me look at this. Hold on.
It's funny because I think this week, the one I feel best about is Olave.
Yeah, Olave's in for sure for me.
It really might not be a great Tyreek Hill week. Bills are really tough against outside receivers, and the Dolphins really suck when they play Buffalo in Buffalo.
It might not be a big Neighbors week either, even though I know he had a big game the last time they played the Commanders, but that Commanders secondary was way different back then.
Yeah.
But Hill on the road against Buffalo, I might just go Neighbors. Neighbors and Olave.
Yeah, Neighbors Hill is close. I might go Neighbors too. Agree, based on matchup. All right, and then we got the Corn guys back. The Corn is back because y'all goats. All right.
Thank you.
That's a good reason. Should I pick up Pearsall or Dowdle as a flex? Okay, rest of the season. But like for now, who do you like? Pearsall obviously not playing this week. Dowdle become more interesting with Zeke not going with the team.
Yeah, just give me Dowdle. Let's see what he can do this week. If both these guys are out there on waivers, nobody's picking up Pearsall next week because he's gonna do nothing this week. So pick up Dowdle, see how he looks this week. If he looks terrible, if Dalvin Cook is the lead back, drop him and pick up Pearsall next week.
Yeah, I think with Pearsall, like he's an interesting stash, but you gotta think Juwan Jennings is going to be back after the bye. So Pearsall at best the third receiver, and then they got Kittle, so at best the fourth target. Let's just go with the running back in Dowdle. Thomas also wants to know between Dalton Kincaid or Taysom Hill. It's a tight end premium and needs upside.
Well, I think in tight end premium, I got to go Kincaid because the problem for Taysom Hill, he's not going to catch he's going to get like goal line type of, he's going to get carries. He's going to get goal line carries. So sure, he could score a touchdown, but he's not going to catch 4 or 5 passes like Kincaid will. So give me Kincaid.
Yeah, exactly. Tight end premium doesn't help him. He's touchdown upside. That's what it is. So yeah, I think Kincaid should be fine. Look, Kincaid he's not been that great this season, but for what it's worth, Cooper might not play. It's not a great spot for Kincaid, but I guess he's good enough. You can play him over Taysom Hill, right? He's still playable. New member, Gary Silva. Not new, but new for right now. Thank you, Gary, again. The Iceman also has another question. Hunt or I guess Connor, Monty already in the lineup. So Hunt or Connor?
I'm going Connor. It's just always hard for me to bench James Conner. He gets so much volume. He could always score. Kareem Hunt has to basically score. And yeah, I mean, I know he could too, but give me James Conner.
Yeah, it's not a bad spot at all for Hunt, but Connor should be better, and Connor's been good. So let's go Connor and Monty. Lucas Latch. Stuck whether to flex Dobbins, Tracy, or Mondre. That is close.
I think I'm going Tracy. Even over Mondre. Dobbins, I don't feel great about this week. Tough matchup, and man, is he looking bad. He's getting you fantasy points, but it's like all volume. Ramondre does have a good matchup, and he's certainly. I mean, he didn't look great last week, but he's looking better. But Tracy gets the Commanders. I think I'm going to just go Tracy.
Yeah, Dobbins is going to be third out of this group for me. And I keep saying it, guys, if you have a chance, not like you have to move on from him, this is a good time to trade Dobbins while you can get max value, I think. But anyways, I'll go Tracy too. Should be a good spot for Tracy. This actually leads to this question. Little Hayes, Rico Dowdle for Tyrone Tracy. Who wins? I think
Tyrone Tracy wins by a lot.
Right. Whoever gets Tracy wins. End of story.
Yeah, Lil Hayes, don't trade away Tracy if that's what you're doing here.
Right. If you're getting Tracy, do it. Leo Helos, looking ahead, week 12 bye. All right. Worried about week 12 bye for Tracy and Hall or Jacobs. So this leads to a question. Sutton Hill, Dell Worthy, Mike Williams, Kyron, JT, Tracy, commit, Noah Gray, make a move. People want JT. Of course they do. Okay, we have a lot of options here. JT for Hall, JT Sutton for Jacobs, Olave, Andrews.
I mean, I would still take Hall over JT, but it's not. That doesn't really like significantly upgrade your team. But I do like that second trade, JT and Sutton, and you get Jacobs, Olave, and Andrews. So you get a very high-end running back in return. You get a very high-end wide receiver, and you get basically a set and forget tight end. If I could trade JT and Sutton for Jacobs, Olave, and Andrews, I'm taking that deal for sure.
Yeah, I think that's a better deal. Exactly. Good option. Yeah, just do that one. And then assuming it doesn't go through or he doesn't do it, Sutton or Tracy to flex.
I think you got to go Sutton this week. As much as I like Tracy, I mean, Cortland Sutton gets the defense that just got destroyed by Cedric Tillman.
Yeah.
Got to go Sutton.
Like Tracy this week, but you got to love Sutton this week. All right, and then let's do Gary's question. Superflex, which two? Murray, Nix, or Tua? We sitting Tua?
Yep, I'm sitting Tua here. Tough matchup on the road against Buffalo. Sitting Tua.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate sitting Tua for Nix, but you got to do it. Don't do this. Yvonne is asking, someone drop Etienne, drop Bigsby to get Etienne. I'd rather have Bigsby.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have Bigsby too.
There's some trade. Well, I'm not getting into that. Jonathan Cochan, got my lineup set, but struggling in defense. Don't want to do that. Chargers or Philly?
I think I'm going Chargers. They've been the better real-life defense. Jameis Winston. I mean, they're both, I think, good options this week. But Chargers have been really good on defense. Joey Bosa should be healthier. Jameis Winston will turn it over. He'll take sacks. I'm going Chargers.
Yeah, both are pretty good options. Chargers just a better defense. So let's go Chargers. Needs the win. Hope you get it. Anthony G, thanks in advance. You're welcome in advance. Start 3. Cooper, Shakir, Worthy, Troy Franklin, Christian Watson, Parker Washington, and Jordan Addison. And reminder, we need 3 of these guys.
I think Jordan Addison is 1. Christian Watson is 2. And then I think I probably got to go Shakir 3. It's a tough matchup, but he gets the targets. So Shakir, Watson, and Addison.
I think Addison's probably the one I feel best about. Yeah, not risking Cooper because he's injured. Not risking Worthy because he's done nothing. I feel like Troy Franklin was those sneaky picks. Like maybe he catches a deep shot, right? It's the Ravens, but I'm not going to start him. It's not that risky. I would say, like, if BTJ doesn't play, I would go Parker Washington and then take a shot on Watson. If BTJ plays, then I'll go Shakir over Washington. LA 5150 in first place. Tough matchup. Okay, flex Pollard, White, or Tillman.
Pollard will be number 1 if he plays. And I did see that the Titans elevated Josh Kelly off the practice squad. That may be a bad sign for Pollard. If Pollard doesn't play, I probably still got to go Tillman. I do like White, but what is the ceiling for White, really? So Pollard, Tillman second.
Yeah, Pollard for sure if he plays. But yeah, Josh Kelly. I didn't know they had Josh Kelly.
Yeah. And Bub Means and Kendre Miller on injured reserve. Like, man, Kendre Miller. You know what sucks about Kendre Miller is every time this guy gets healthy and he plays and I watch him, like, he looks good. He gets the ball and he picks up like 8-9 yards almost every time. And then it's like, oh, but he's hurt. Like, this guy just cannot stay healthy. But, man, he's such a good player. But it's looking like Kendre Miller going to be one of those guys that it's never going to happen for him.
Yeah, it's almost more annoying because it wasn't like one big injury, right? It wasn't like an Achilles or an ACL. It's just the nagging, like the hamstring, the groin, those little things that just never go away.
Yeah.
Fire up Taysom Hill. All right, Gary Silva also needs 2. DJ Moore, Lad McConkey, Tolbert, and Myers.
All right, McConkey definitely won here. I think I'm just gonna go Jacoby number 2. I don't know. Maybe I'm too low on DJ Moore this week.
Well, it's not about being low on DJ Moore. It's about being low on the Bears' passing offense, which is
That's true.
Very, very reasonable. McConkey's definitely number 1. Yeah, I think Myers would have to be number 2. It's target share, right? We don't know what DJ Moore's target share is.
That's the thing from week to week. You get like 4 targets. Like, what did you get last week? 4 targets? Like,
yeah. Okay. Mateus Fabricio. Half PPR. Hurts, Bijan, B-Rob, Brooks, Warren, Algier, AJ, Malik, Waddle, Myers, Downs, and Kraft. Any moves? Okay, so let's think in trades here. What do we think about the squad?
I mean, I don't know. Nothing jumps out as far as like you're 5-3. You got a good team. You're deep at running back. Brian Robinson, another guy, always seems to be banged up. They did just elevate Chris Brooks off the practice squad, so that makes me a little nervous for B-Rob this week. But I mean, I guess you could use more running back depth because now it looks like you might be starting Bijan and Warren this week.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess hold Brooks this one last week and see if Chuba miraculously gets traded. But if not, you can drop Brooks. Right. You kind of need Algier for Bijan insurance. I mean, maybe you could try to trade Jacoby Myers right now for like some running back depth.
Yeah, that's just about it. I mean, you got a good top 3 receivers when Waddle gets back to being productive. Downs and Myers, if Downs does go off this weekend, like he will, you could try to sell him for a good running back, right? Like an RB2 type.
Yeah, but then I worry, I mean, you could. Like, you trading Downs for Ramondre?
It'll be someone in that range, exactly. Yeah, B-Rob, like not Dobbins, no trading for Dobbins. You might be able to get Pollard on the cheap since he doesn't play this weekend.
Yeah.
That's about it. Tyler C. Is Connor and Flowers enough for JT?
I mean, it wouldn't be enough for me. Might be enough for some people. It's worth a try. I don't think it's like insulting.
No, that seems fair. Look, again, you have teams that are lacking depth. Connor gives them a plug and play RB2. Flowers gives them I think still a wide receiver 2. He went from being a high end wide receiver 2, maybe now to more like a low end wide receiver 2, but it could. It depends on the JT owner's roster. So it's worth trying. Like, and if they say they're insulted by that, okay, you're not getting JT because whatever they're going to want back is going to be too much. Okay, next we got Hisham D. 12 team, full PPR. Love Baker Stafford. Need one.
I think I still go Love. Stafford might be a little safer, and I do like Stafford, but it's not the best matchup on the road against Seattle. I think I still go Love here.
Yeah, it's not Baker for me. It's between Love and Stafford. Like you said, the risk is, does Love pull up, late in this game, the re-injury risk? Stafford is the safer pick, but Love should have a higher ceiling. Starting Kyron, okay, probably not Pollard. So are we looking at either Mostert or Etienne?
Well, I mean, Etienne might not play either, so yeah, if Pollard plays, go Kyron and Pollard. Otherwise, Kyron and Mostert.
2 receivers started Wilson. Okay, Puka. We can start Puka. Yep. D-Hop. Okay, well, so we just need a flex here. D-Hop, I guess. D-Hop or Shakir.
Yeah, I'll just go D-Hop. It's a good matchup for him. Let's hope he gets more involved.
I'll say this. Now I'm looking at your team because I really don't necessarily want to start Mostert, but what if there's a guy like Chestnut still out on waivers? You don't need 3 quarterbacks in a 1 quarterback league.
Right.
You don't. And if you're
No.
not playing Stafford, you're playing Love, why do you need to pick up Stafford and Baker? I would drop one of those quarterbacks and pick up a running back that you could maybe plug and play this week. Maybe a Chestnut, maybe who else might be available? Probably not Chase Brown, but
yeah, like I don't want to drop Mostert for like, or I don't. I mean, Miles. Are we picking up? Like, are we that excited about Miles Sanders?
No.
Yeah,
but maybe you can go Chestnut. All right, Flacco, some wisdom here. Hit the like button. Yes, definitely. If we appreciate, hit the like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Also, this is a good time to remind you about Underdog because it is the place to go besides your fantasy lineups. You can also get your picks set for this week. If you haven't tried Underdog yet, you sign up right now, you get a freebie. It's Jalen Hurts just getting 1 yard. Take the higher on 0.5 total yards. Right now, you get this free pick if you sign up on Underdog for the very first time and use code ENDGAME when you sign up. It gets you the freebie and also gets you the deposit match of 50% all the way up to $1,000 of bonus cash. So again, if you haven't tried Underdog yet, what are you waiting for? It's a good time. Also get NBA, NHL, every other sport you can imagine. Pick'ems for everything. So sign up now, use code ENDGAME, and start picking. All right, we are going to pick. Okay, Thomas next because he's the next one. The random comments. So it's just always something about the hair. I don't know why. Always some hair comments. Eats two. Wicks. Leggett, Reynolds,
just flowing today. Just
let it flow. Just let it go. Michael Wilson needs 2.
I think here Pittman's got to be 1. I'm just gonna gamble on Leggett. Can't do Wicks anymore. Yoshi. I mean, yeah, Michael Wilson. Nah, Pittman and Leggett.
Pittman is the one I feel best about. Which Reynolds? Which Reynolds? Josh Reynolds? I thought Josh Reynolds was an IR.
Yeah. Even if he wasn't, I wouldn't pick Josh Reynolds.
I just go Pittman and Wicks here. You know what? With the easier choices, go Coker. I'm telling you, just try it. You'll like it. Rusty, Otten or Laporta?
I'm going Otten. He gets tons of targets, touchdown upside. Give me Otten.
I don't know. I might go Laporta here. I feel good enough. He's been getting targets with J-Mo out. Not a bad matchup. I just worry about Otten's upside against the Chiefs. Just worry about the Bucs against the Chiefs. This is close. Ginyu Force. Kraft or Gesicki? We kind of had this already.
Yeah, I'm going Gesicki with T out.
And then Flex Waddler Downs.
Downs. Got to be Downs.
Yep.
We are irrationally high on Josh Downs this week.
All in. Push all the chips in. All in on Josh Downs.
You don't see any videos from us next week, it's because Josh Downs got a 0.
Right. Impossible. Not possible to happen. Okay, so Thomas didn't mean Reynolds. He meant Khalif Raymond. Does that change anything?
No, doesn't change anything for me.
All right. Rough times. Yo. All right. 2 leagues. 1 needs 3. Chuba Pollard, Kobe, and BTJ.
You need 3 of these? Well, assuming they... Man, what are you going to do, though? When does... Okay, so Saints play early. Titans play early. Raiders play early. BTJ plays late. So I guess if Chuba, Pollard, Jacoby all are playing, you probably have to just play all 3 of those guys. Because what are you going to do if it's halftime a game of the early games and they're like, Brian Thomas Jr. is not active today, and then you don't have another option?
Right. You got 4 options. You need 3, but 2 of them might not play.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You might be down 2 of these guys. Go pick up Chestnut.
Right. So if they all played, it would be Pollard, BTJ, and Jacoby?
Yeah, if they all play. But the problem is you might not even know about BTJ until, like I said, halftime of the early games tomorrow, and then it's too late.
Yep. So pick up Chestnut if you can and plug him in for Pollard if he's out. And then if you can't do that or whatever, I guess you could always pick up Parker Washington or somebody else. Yeah. Right. Number 2, half PPR and quarter point per rush. Needs 2. Dobbins, Chase Brown, B-Rob, who also might not play.
Yeah, well, if they all play, it's Chase Brown and B-Rob, but B-Rob might be out, so this decision might be made for you.
Right. Once again. Darnold or Dak?
I got to go Darnold. At home against Colts should be a good spot for Darnold.
Right. Cannot trust Dak at the moment. Which, by the way, a lot of speculation that, hey, it's possible maybe the Cowboys went out and traded for a running back, and that's why Zeke is not going to be with the team because he's getting cut. We'll see. I don't know about that.
Well, the report is it was for disciplinary reasons.
Yeah, he probably is pissed off and threw a tantrum because he realizes that they traded for a running back. Who knows? JR needs to drop 2. McMillan, Ridley, Wandale, Tillman, or drop 1 and Prescott got Stafford and Purdy. Yeah, you can drop Dak.
Yeah, I would drop Dak, and then I would drop probably, I guess, Wandale. Like, what's the upside for Wandale? Although I did just see McMillan popped up on the injury report today with a hamstring, so now he's very questionable for tomorrow.
Really?
But at least he has some long-term upside. Like Wandale, nah. I would drop Dak and Wandale.
Yeah, between those options, don't drop Tillman or Ridley. But yeah, you definitely don't need 3 quarterbacks in a 1 quarterback league. And then Juice, yes, a third Miles Sanders question. This is record setting since the last 2 years. Tank, Chestnut, or Sanders?
Well, I'm going to say Chestnut if Pollard is completely out. Otherwise, I'll say Tank.
Yeah, Sanders is still third here. Sorry. Chestnut, look, if Pollard's out, Chestnut's getting a lot of carries, and it's not as bad a matchup as last week. The Titans get the Patriots. Actually, not a very good run defense. So if Pollard's out, it's Chestnut. Cato Martini, if BTJ is out, Dobbs, Tillman, or Dunze?
I'm going Dobbs against the Lions. But again, like you might have to just. What do they play? Do they play in the afternoon? Yeah, they do. Okay, so the good news is the Lions-Packers kick off after the Jags. So I would just wait for BTJ. If he doesn't play, I would just go Dobbs.
Yeah, if BTJ does play, I think I would feel good enough about him that I would play him. But if not, let's go Dobbs. Wolverine, 1930, McConkey or Sutton? Oh, that's tough, actually.
That is tough this week.
I mean, I love Ladd. I'm all over Ladd, but it's hard not to go Sutton.
Yeah. Sutton against the Ravens. He's clearly the number 1 wide receiver there. Really the number 1 pass catcher. Got to go Sutton.
Yeah, I think the matchup is too far in favor of the Ravens, right? Sutton. So let's go Sutton. Hate to sit Ladd, but it's just almost impossible to sit Sutton. Gary Silva with another chat. I don't know if there's another question, but we'll look for it. Let's keep going, though. Yvonne wants to know, Yvonne Reboyard, Kyler or Stafford? I think we're saying Kyler.
I think I've been saying Stafford.
Oh, really? It's close.
Yeah.
It is close.
Yeah, I think I'm going Stafford. I don't feel great. Like Kyler's fine this week. He's got that rushing, but this is a tough matchup. I think I'm going Stafford.
Stafford is pretty safe with Puka playing. He's fine. Galler gives you a little bit more upside, but is also riskier. So I guess depends on your risk tolerance. Mumble Dragon, Tillman or Chase Brown in the flex?
I might just go Chase Brown this week. I know it's hard to bench Tillman. And look, if Tillman comes through this week in this matchup, then maybe it's like, okay, I got to be on Tillman regardless of matchup. But Chase Brown is a great matchup against the Raiders. He should at least get more carries. But you know what the one nice thing for Chase Brown here is Zach Moss did have 4 catches last week. Chase Brown could get more work in the receiving game. So give me Chase Brown.
Yeah, we had a couple of questions about Chase Brown in non-PPR, and to me, he's not quite as interesting. But in PPR, yeah, I like him enough that I will take him over Tillman. Gets you a floor with potential for a ceiling. BJ Cool, full PPR, pick one: Otten, Pittman, B-Rob, C. Brown, or DJ Moore.
Oh man. I'll say if Brian Robinson plays, he's my number 1. Man, these guys
very close.
I don't know. Do I go? I don't know. My gut is telling me Chase Brown for some reason.
That's what I was thinking. Chase Brown or Pittman might be my other choice. I think Chase Brown. But B-Rob if he plays. Hopefully he plays. Brother Pickle. Welcome, Brother Pickle. Rate my team post-trade. It's got a tight end premium and then wants us to pick. All right, let's rate the team first. Darnold, Dak, Mixon, Tracy, Brown, Najee, Mitchell, Keaton Mitchell, Puka, Chase, Nico, Olave, Tolbert, Pop, Noah Brown, and Njoku and Ingram.
You're stacked at tight end. Mitchell did not get activated this week. Mixon, Tracy, Chase Brown, not bad at running back. I mean, pretty good, pretty solid. How many teams is this? A 10-teamer? You got Puka, Chase, Nico, and Olave, and Mixon, and Njoku and Ingram, and
it doesn't say.
I think if this is a 12-teamer, this is a 9-5. If this is a 10-teamer, it's still a 9. It's a very good team.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely a stacked team, especially when Nico comes back. Pick one running back. Well, I guess you mean other than Mixon?
I'm going Tracy. Tracy is my running back.
Yeah. Let's see. One tight end. I think you got to go Ingram.
Yeah, I got to go Ingram.
One flex and then QB.
Well, I think we're supposed to pick, 2 running backs going to be Mixon, Tracy, I guess. 3 wide receivers, Puka, Chase, Olave.
Mm-hmm.
Ingram at tight end. Flex, Tolbert,
tight end premium. Flex and Njoku.
Oh, it is tight end premium. Let's go Njoku. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Darnold or Dak? I'm saying Darnold.
Darnold.
All right. Amon, Eileen. Boom Bust Bonanza. Love it. Start 2. DJ Moore, Jaden Reed, Mazda Marv. He's not a Maserati, not a Mitsubishi. He's kind of in between, I guess, now. And then Keon or Tillman.
I'm going Reed and Marv. I like them both this week. Reed getting his QB back against the Lions. Marv looks pretty good. I like the matchup. Reed and Marv.
Yeah, Reed is the one I like for sure the best here. Big boom potential. Yeah, why not go Marv? I go Marv based on the matchup. Maybe a little more Maserati this week. All right, let's get much deeper, though. Chili Do. It's a deep league when you have to start either Keyshawn Boutte or Mason Tipton.
Yeah, just give me Tipton against the Panthers. Nobody else to throw to here. I'll gamble on Tipton.
Yeah, we did hear some, I guess you can call it hype on Butte stepping up, maybe get more targets, whatever. It's still the Patriots. So let's go Tipton. Terry via, all right, aloha from Maui. Thank you. What about this flex option here? Bucky, Gesicki, or Bigsby? Yeah, you may have to bench Pollard.
I might just go Gesicki in full PPR, honestly. Not feeling Bigsby. Bucky's okay, but this is a tough Chiefs run defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might just go Gesicki.
Yeah, on full PPR, go Gesicki. Just in general, would like Bigsby and Bucky, but they both have horrible matchups. Horrible. Might get scripted out. So there you go. And mahalo. All right. Let's do mild flame. Zay Flowers, Khalil Shakir, Nick Chubb. Pick one.
I think I still got to go Zay Flowers here. They're all in tough spots. Yeah, but I think I'm just going to gamble on Zay Flowers with Lamar.
I'm going to put Shakir last year. My question is, it doesn't say what it is. If it was non-PPR, I think you just go Chubb. If it's PPR, probably just go Flowers, right? He'll get you something.
Yep.
I'm almost tempted to say Chubb, but then now Jerome Ford is back. It's just the worst, one of the worst matchups here. So, yeah, just go Flowers. It's possible Chubb's matchup is actually as tough or tougher than Flowers' matchup.
Yes, very tough. And he's still not 100%.
Right. And Ford is back, whatever that's worth.
True.
You know, back. Roberto is here. Thank you, Roberto, as always. Harrison, Downs, and Irving.
I think it's got to be Downs here. We're all in on Downs.
In too deep. Can't go back now. It's Downs.
Downs.
Chase Hayes. Carr, Gino, or Stafford?
Stafford. Definitely Stafford. Yeah, I'm not starting Gino without DK. I'm not. No thanks, Derek Carr. Give me Stafford.
No, definitely Stafford here. B. Sir. Jason or Waddle?
I'll just gamble on Waddle. This is not a good spot for JSN this week, even with DK out. The Rams fewest points to wide receivers out of the slot. Give me Waddle. I'll gamble.
And I don't know if it matters even the spot for the matchup for JSN. It just doesn't seem to be a big difference maker. So just see what Waddle can do. Let's go. Well, let's say have the Brown Dasher just saying hi. Yeah, don't worry. Go Saints. Hey, could be worse. I'm a Dolphins fan. Melo Dinero. Cup Neighbors, Devontae Smith, sit one.
Man, I guess I'm sitting Devonta Smith, but I hate it. Hate it.
Yeah, I can comfortably say no to Smith with these two, but I don't love sitting Smith. But yeah, he's got to be the one. All right, next super chat. We're still catching up there, so hang tight. Rodney Woods, what's up, Rodney?
What's up, Rodney?
Tough time with Diggs and Higgins out. Full changes, full PPR need changes. Stafford, Goff.
Gonna go Stafford over Goff.
Yeah, Barkley, Henry, Odunze, DJ Moore, Dobbs. Wow, yeah, tough time.
I think I'm just gonna go Dobbs against the Lions.
Njoku, flexing Mondre and Chase Brown, bench. You know what? I'm starting to think this is just his starting lineup. Like, I think he is actually starting Odunze, Moore, and Dobbs.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not starting Wilson or Yoshi or Sterling Shepard, who's dealing with the hammy trade punt. Nah. Not starting any of those guys. Definitely not.
Yeah, Rodney, what I would say is you can drop Trey Palmer, maybe take a stab on one of these guys that's on waivers, like, I don't know, Jalen Coker. You could also try to pick up Julius Chestnut if he's out there on your waiver wire, which he very well could be. It's a decent option. Who's some of the other guys we talked about? I think there might be somebody else startable out there, but this depends. Yeah. Good luck. That's all I can say, Rodney. Good luck. MC needs defense between all these choices. Okay, probably don't want Denver against the Ravens. I don't know if I want the Lions against the Pack. Baltimore gets Denver. Philly gets Jacksonville. Atlanta gets Dallas. KC gets Tampa. Tennessee gets the Patriots.
New England, which I would have liked a lot more if it was Jacoby Brissett.
Right.
Like Drake May will still turn it over, but he can also put some points. I think I just go KC here. They're at home. They're the best real-life defense. Baker's been turning it over. Let's just go KC.
Yep, I agree. KC it is. Rodney's also asking about Khalif Raymond.
What about him? No.
Like if you want to get him over like Shepard, Palmer, Yoshi.
I mean, maybe over Palmer, but look, Jameson Williams should be back next week, and then Khalif Raymond goes back to being waiver wire fodder.
Yeah, I'd rather take a chance on somebody else. And Sammy, Liggett or Coker?
Huh. I think if Liggett plays, I'm playing him.
Fair enough. We'll see. We'll see what his injury status is. Arthur Swanson, half. Trade Auden and a future second for Downs.
I mean, if you could trade Auden in a second for Downs or BTJ, BTJ, I don't think you could trade Auden in a second for BTJ. If you can, smash accept on that. But I would do this for Downs.
Yeah, I still think I would do it for Downs. If someone's giving up BTJ for that, then you need to continue to offer trades to that person.
Yeah.
See what else. Yeah, you'd have to add something else. But if you can do that first trade, I still think I would do that. Yeah. Sean, what's up? 10 team, full PPR. All right, so QB, Burrow or Mayfield?
I'm going Burrow.
Yeah, it's got to be Burrow this week. RB, we need 2. Kamara, Cook, Dobbins, Tracy, Davis.
Kamara and Cook?
Yeah, I like Tracy, but I wouldn't put him over those two. So Kamara and Cook. Wide receiver need 3 between Browns. Let's see, not Higgins. Wilson, Hopkins, Coleman, Douglas, Pickens. Well, you don't have too many choices.
Hopefully, I'm going to assume you already played Wilson because Pickens on bye, and hopefully you didn't start 3 of these other randos. Gotta go Brown. Brown might be the highest scorer in fantasy this week. Legit. And then I probably just gamble on Hopkins as my wide receiver 3 here.
Yeah, hopefully you started Wilson, obviously Brown, and then you can't start Higgins, you can't start Pickens, so Hopkins. Njoku is the tight end, right? Njoku over Kmet.
Definitely.
And then the flex, Coleman. Oh, no. We got Tracy on there. Flex Tracy.
Yeah, flex Tracy. As far as moves, this is a good time to try to sell Dobbins while he still has some value. I feel like his value is getting lower and lower by the week. Maybe try to trade Dobbins.
Yep.
Like if you want to get off the Higgins roller coaster, maybe you could package Higgins and Dobbins and get an upgrade at wide receiver.
Thank you. There you go. You said it. So I didn't have to.
I don't want to get off the Higgins roller coaster. I'm saying if he wants.
Get him out. Let someone else deal with the headache. All right. Matt Felton in a 10-teamer also. Would you give up Jaden Reed and Dobbins for Pickens and Tracy? That's interesting.
I think this comes down to what your team needs. Actually, you know what? I'm going to scratch that. I'm going to take Pickens and Tracy. Reed has been so frustrating. I know Pickens has been semi-frustrating too. But, man, I would just prefer Tracy to Dobbins by quite a bit. So, yeah, give me the Pickens-Tracy side.
Yeah, Reed and Pickens are actually very similar. We didn't expect that, but Reed has been a lot more up and down. Pickens, now that he's been unlocked, has been more dependable. So I feel like that's still pretty fair. And we just said it. It's time to trade Dobbins, pick up a guy who's on the way up, like Tracy. Why not? Take a shot on the upside here. Pickens, Tracy. Quan Park in a standard league. Yep, you do want to force Downs in your lineup, but let's see. 2 receivers in the flex: JT, London, Downs, McLaurin, Smith, and Cooper.
You got to flex. You got to flex JT.
Yeah, London.
I think I have to go London and McLaurin.
Yeah. I know we're all in on Downs, but you can't sit London and McLaurin.
No.
Nope, can't do it. Sorry. You never have to force Shrek 2 into your DVD player because it's always there. It's always like ready to play. Start 1. Devin single carry. That's pretty funny. I don't think that was an accident. Rashawn Johnson, Ray Davis, Jalen Wright, Julius Chestnut, or Sharp.
Oh, I'll say if Pollard's out, I'm going Chestnut. If Pollard plays, I might just go Charbonnet in PPR. He gets run in the 2-minute drill. He catches passes. I might go Charbonnet number 2 in PPR.
I'm wondering even if Pollard is active, maybe just go Chestnut anyways over these guys because he'll still be involved to some extent, and maybe Pollard is limited.
I don't know. I think now you're getting too high on Chestnut.
Well, it's really just looking at the other choices. It's really what it is. So, all right. But it doesn't sound good for Pollard, at least not right now. Tyreek, Rico Dowdle, DJ Moore.
I think in PPR, I got to go DJ Moore over Rico Dowdle.
Yeah, I don't think I can start Rico Dowdle. No, Zeke really shouldn't be that big of a bump. It's not about Zeke. Look, if Zeke is keeping him off the field, that tells you something. But anyways, no, I'd go DJ Moore. Miles, did you ever see? Because he's asking, did we see his question? Miles Isle, remember from back at the beginning? I don't remember ever seeing one.
Yeah, Miles Isles, where are you at, buddy?
Try it again. I saw your question asking if we saw your question, but I haven't seen your actual question.
No, just type it in the regular chat. You don't need to super chat it. And I will say one thing, Miles Isles and other people who are commenting that they're having problems, there might be a character limit. So if you're typing out like a huge long thing with your full team and everything, you might need to do 2 separate chats.
Right. All right, let's get to Arthur Swanson and Dynasty. 6-2 RB heavy with Chase and Amon-Ra. Well, that's
okay. This is a good year to be RB heavy. I see why you're 6-2.
Yeah, that's not a bad problem. You can move on from one of those running backs, but I also feel like if you're 6-2 and you're in it to win it this year, don't mess it up, right? You never know when a running back could get hurt. Not that they're doing that this year. Russell Koenigs, come on, you can force us to choose Downs or McConkey.
Yeah, but I think I got to go Downs.
I guess if you have to choose, Bucky or Hopkins.
Hopkins.
Yeah, this week it's Hopkins. Not a good spot for Bucky. Sup, bruh? Full PPR needs a flex. Devontae Smith, James Conner, Chase Brown.
Devonta Smith for me. This is a great spot for Smith. It's been frustrating that I haven't been able to say yes to Smith more often, but this should be AJ Brown should absolutely go off, but Smith should go off as well.
Yeah, Connor is still a solid choice, but Smith for upside here. TG, Mahomes or Baker?
I'm going Mahomes over Baker.
Yeah, go Mahomes for sure. Laporta or Otten. I think we split on this one.
I'm going Otten.
I'm gonna give the edge to Laporta. Flowers or Lockett?
I mean, Lockett is interesting this week, but we can't act like he's a sure thing. Let's just go Flowers and hope for the best.
Yeah. Yeah, don't love Flowers this week, but at least he has some upside. Could get a big play. Who knows? Deshaun Davis, pick 2. Tyrone Tracy, Josh Jacobs, Chase Brown. Don't be sleeping in. Hey, nobody's sleeping on Tracy, but
what? Sleeping on Tracy? I think we said yes to Tracy like 90% of the time tonight.
I would probably say yes again here.
I don't know if I can put him over Jake. Oh, we got to pick 2?
You need to.
Tracy and Jacobs.
Yeah, I like Chase Brown this week, but I like Tracy better. He's good, and Jacobs is still the one. All right, so there you go. No sleeping on your guy. Andres Hernandez, Chubb, Mooney, or Pittman in full PPR.
Man. Let me take a look here. Mooney against the Cowboys. Where's it against outside? Anything here? Not really. Pittman. I mean, they've been bad against all wide receivers. I might go Pittman. I do like Mooney, but Pittman with Flacco against the Vikings, I might go Pittman.
Interesting. I'm on Flacco and the Colts, and it is a great matchup. I might just take Mooney, though, the higher floor. This is tough. I mean, I do kind of like Pittman this week, but yeah, I think I'm going to prefer Mooney, but it's between those two. It's definitely not Chubb. I know that.
No.
YMC, pick 2, Addison, Waddle, Dobbins.
It's full PPR. I'm just going to... I mean, I will say Dobbins is maybe your safest bet because we know he's at least going to get the touches and he's got a floor. But I don't feel like Waddle. I mean, Addison, okay, maybe he doesn't have a floor, but I think I'm going Addison and Waddle here. I don't know. I mean, Dobbins might outscore one of these guys, but it's like what? 12-6, 12-7, 12-8, something like that. I don't think Dobbins is going to have a huge game this week. So just give me the wide receivers. I think they have the upside.
Right, exactly. Dobbins is okay, right? He's just okay this week. He's really just kind of been okay the past few weeks. So just go for the upside here. Addison, Waddle. Pablo, DJ Moore, Downs.
Got to go Downs.
Yeah. Got to go Downs here. Zach H, 2 out of 4. Robinson, Olave, Cooper, Tillman, Flowers.
Olave's got to be number 1. I might just put Tillman number 2. It's between him and Flowers. They both are in brutal spots. Or maybe Flower.
I know. It's just hate that Flowers has that matchup.
Yep. But you know what? Actually, now I think just give me Flowers. He's got Lamar. I don't think Surtain's gonna shadow him. He goes in the slot. If you look at Zay Flowers, where is he on my sheet here? He's in the slot 35% of the time. I don't know if Surtain's going to follow him into the slot, especially if Deontay Johnson, let's say Deontay Johnson plays half the snaps. I mean, Surtain might shadow him sometime too. So I'll go Olave and Flowers here.
It's definitely not Robinson or Cooper. So Olave is for sure one. Yeah, looking at the stats here with the Broncos, they have given up not any big games to any receivers, but they've given up okay games to some slot first guys. So the ceiling is not high. That's the thing. It's definitely not a high ceiling whatsoever for Flowers, but you're taking a risk on Tillman, where we don't know what the floor is for him. So Olave for sure, probably Flowers over Tillman this week. About Trone. Looking ahead to next week. Okay.
All right.
Would you trade JSN, yes, or D Hop for Evan Ingram or Andrews?
I would trade JSN for Evan Ingram because Evan Ingram could be great all year. I wouldn't trade both of them though. Just for Njoku's buy. I mean, you can just stream a tight end for 1 week if you have to.
Right. Generally would not make a trade because of a bye week. But I'm okay trading JSN to get a guy like Evan Ingram. Still feel like he's being a little bit undervalued. And remember, Christian Kirk is not coming back. So Ingram's tight, for a tight end, his target share, it's just going to be really high. Yeah, why not do it? Look, you got 4 very good startable receivers. When do you need JSN? You don't. What about this? Rel. Trade Pollard and Downs for Bijan?
Yeah, give me Bijan. Bijan.
I think that's a big win. No matter how much Downs smashes this week, that's still a win. Chris, all in. Full PPR. Start 2-2 in a flex. Jefferson, Sutton, Flowers, Addison, Coker, Monty, Hunt, Etienne, Bigsby, and then a tight end question.
Gotta be Njoku over Ferguson. Jefferson and Sutton at wide receiver. Monty and Hunt at running back. I think I'm going to flex Addison. So Jefferson, Sutton, Monty, Hunt, Addison, flex, Njoku tight end.
Yeah, Njoku tight end, Monty Hunt is easy, Jefferson easy, Sutton easy. The flex is the only tough one. Flowers mentioned should be okay, but not a high ceiling. Addison, risky, kind of more boom bust. I might take him over Flowers. Do I go with Coker over Addison? That's the question. Probably not. Flex Addison.
Hey.
And then we got Pandulce. That sounds pretty good right about now. Needs flex. Rico, Hopkins, or Ridley?
I'm going to go D-Hop. Good matchup for D-Hop. He should be more involved against his Bucs secondary. I'm going D-Hop.
Yeah, still not really wanting to start Rico. Ridley, and not if you don't have to. So go Hopkins. We got first-time viewer Billy Brown. All right.
What's up, Billy?
Billy, let's try to help him out. Thoughts on Rachaad White this week?
I don't mind Rachaad White this week. I feel like it's going to be a week where they have to throw a lot. They're not going to be able to run the ball very well. I don't feel like he has the highest ceiling, but I think he gives you a nice floor in PPR leagues.
Yeah, so, and Billy, I don't know if you maybe saw any of last week's videos. Going to assume not if you're first time. So last week on our booms, which we have every week, we pick some players kind of under the radar we like. I had Rachaad White because people are, kind of been off of him. Had a pretty good week, mainly because he was involved as a pass catcher. Got you, I think, like 16 PPR points. It's like pretty good for a flex. I'm not that high on him this week because it's Kansas City. I'm not high on the Bucs offense at all this week. So I think he's just a risky flex. That's kind of where I'm at with him. I'd rather take a chance on some other guys with upside, but it always comes down to who your other options are. Let's now go to Jesse De Leon. Pick 3, Olave, BTJ, Pittman, Zay, London, and Harrison.
Olave's got to be 1. London's got to be 1B. And then I think I got to go Harrison 3. Olave, London, Harrison.
Yeah, Olave's definitely the one. London is a strong start. And I'd like to say BTJ if he was playing and felt really good about him playing. But for now, let's just go Harrison. MM17. This is a standard league. Keon, Downs, Dobbs, Worthy.
Still going to go Downs. It's not like Downs can't score. It's not like he's only valuable in PPR. Give me Downs.
Right. He still has probably the best touchdown upside of these guys. Yeah, Dobbs is interesting, but we're all in on Downs. All in. What is up, Brian? Late to the party, no problem. Needs bigger upside QB play between Love and Stafford. So he'd be the biggest trash talker in one of my home leagues. Definitely want those wins.
Yeah, I'm going Love here. He's got the Lions secondary. He's risky, but he also, I think, has more upside.
Right. If you're saying that you need the bigger upside, it's Love, because Lions give up a lot to quarterbacks. Again, riskier because of the health, but you're not looking for safe. You're looking for upside. Anthony Shope. Iffy on QB. Are you really? With Josh Allen?
Just start Josh Allen.
Yeah, you don't really need to ask about Josh Allen. You have Josh Allen. You start Josh Allen. All right, what about this? This is tougher. Flex, Dobbs, Shakir, Rachaad White.
Yeah, I'm just going to go Dobbs here. Jordan Love's playing. It's the Lions. Not a tough secondary. Give me Dobbs.
Yeah, I just said I don't feel great about Rachaad White. I feel better about those other two. Shakir is kind of a tough spot because Dolphins are good against interior receivers. So go Dobbs. Bert 454 full PPR needs one. The flex, Downs, JT, or Jacobs. This is flex somehow.
What? I can't put Downs over JT. I can't do it. It's JT.
No, because JT isn't a flex option.
No,
I don't know who you have at running back, but you got JT. You're starting JT. I mean, if you're this deep, then maybe try trading one of your running backs. But I think we need more information here. Zach H. I'm guessing that's supposed to be non-PPR flex. So Tillman, Flowers, Madison, Bucky.
You know what? Non-PPR, give me Madison. I could finally say yes to Madison. Okay, Madison's a Jag, no doubt about it. And he's on the Raiders. The Cincinnati, not as tough run defense, and he's getting all the work here. He catches passes. If they get near the goal line, he gets all the goal line carries. And he doesn't have a monster ceiling, but I think in non-PPR, he has an extremely high floor.
Yeah, non-PPR. Again, Flowers would have to score a touchdown to be worth playing because you know the yardage isn't going to be high. Tillman, same thing, right? Big play, touchdown, or nothing. So you're probably better off going with Madison. Don't feel good about Bucky at all this week. Don't feel good again about that whole Tampa Bay offense. And now we got the 50th burger. All right. Full PPR. Should I trade from RB1? Here's the squad. Burrow, Kareem Hunt, Dobbins, Kupp, CeeDee, Aaron Jones, Bowers. On the bench, got Ladd, Tank, and Nico. I mean, yeah, I think so. Got good receivers.
Yeah, and I mean, Aaron Jones, I think, is like a borderline RB1, but if you could maybe package Dobbins and maybe Ladd if he has another big game, or Tank Dell coming off a big game. Like, could you package, let's see, like Tank and, I don't know if Tank and Dobbins is going to get you RB1 or Ladd and Dobbins.
It could get you, maybe if Kenneth Walker doesn't go off, maybe Kenneth Walker.
Maybe if he has another down game, maybe.
Or borderline RB1 like a James Cook.
Yeah, if he has a down game here, maybe.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. You got Nico coming back. Trade Tank Dell coming off a big game before Nico comes back. Definitely want to do that. Package him with Dobbins first choice if you can. If not, maybe Kareem Hunt. Because Aaron Jones could be your every week RB2, and that's fine. So, yeah, you definitely should try to make a trade, and you should try to package some of those guys. Cody Mason, bench 1 in half. Chase Brown, Hubbard, Harrison, Olave, Downs.
I'm benching Chuba. It's actually not a bad spot for Chuba this week. It's just he's stuck on the Panthers with Bryce Young. So I'm benching Chuba.
Yeah, between these guys, it's definitely Chuba. Hey. Curious your take here. Access MIA. You got Kelsey or Bowers? Who do you go with?
I got to go with Bowers. The target share. I know Kelsey did have a massive target share last week, but man, Bowers. I got to go with Bowers still.
Cody Mason has the same question.
Bowers. Still going Bowers. 10 seconds later, I'm still going Bowers. Haven't changed my mind yet.
I actually think I'm going to go Kelsey this week, believe it or not. I think Bowers is okay, but I don't think it's necessarily the best spot for him this week. Kelsey gets Tampa Bay defense. I'm going to go Kelsey.
All right, tell me Breece Hall. Okay, we talked about this at the very beginning of the show. You got to, look, Breece, at least this week, we hardly saw any Braylon Allen. It was all Breece Hall again. The other real positive here, if you look at the Jets, the rest of the schedule for Breece Hall. Cardinals, smash spot. Colts, smash spot. Seahawks, very good spot. Dolphins, smash spot. Jaguars, smash spot. Rams, smash spot. Where am I here? Rams, smash spot. And then he does finish with the Bills. Oh, and then the Bills, which is actually a smash spot for running backs. So the rest of the schedule, he does not have one tough run defense on the schedule. Now, I will say, even though I know you want me to say he'll have a great rest of the season, I'm a little worried about the touchdowns because he only has 4 touchdowns this year. That's kind of like, what is going on here? He needs those touchdowns. But he's got such good matchups going forward rest of the season. I think you'll be okay here.
Yeah, it's funny, Joel Bear, because we talked about it at the very beginning, basically right before we started our Q&A. Talk Thursday night and whatever, and that's exactly what you said. You're like, I don't know, is Breece Hall gonna be one of the top running backs? So, I don't think you'll hate having drafted him, but I think he's still gonna be a top 5 running back. Brian, resident stud viewer, different league, non-PPR, needs 3. K9, Jacobs, Chuba, and Terry or Puka. Wait, what? You said you need 3, then you listed 3. Oh, and Terry or Puka? Like that's part of the 3?
All right, it's non-PPR. I think I go Walker, Jacobs, and Puka. Although if you don't want to risk it with Puka, I think Terry, even in non-PPR, could be very good this week. So I think I go Walker, Jacobs for sure in non-PPR, and then I go Puka as my number 3. But if you're worried about the knee, him re-aggravating it, I think Terry's fine too.
Yeah, Chuba is definitely going to be last on the list here. Walker is going to be first on the list for me. I agree. If Puka's good and he's playing, I'll go Puka, and then Jacobs. Zach H. Trade. Is this a kicker trade? I feel like there's a kicker in here. Aubrey, right?
Yeah, give me Nico Collins here. But this is the 3-player poo-poo platter right here. This isn't even like the 3-player platter. This is like the poo-poo platter, like a kicker. Okay, he's the kicker 1. Okay, fine. Have your kicker 1. An okay running back and a wide receiver who gets like 20 yards a game. Yeah, give me Nico here.
Look, we try to keep it positive here, and don't want to call people out, but whoever, if you're making this deal and somebody's giving you Nico Collins for these 3 guys, either A, they are a first-time fantasy player and you are fairly not against the rules, taking advantage of them. That's nothing wrong with that. Or they just need to quit. Like they just should stop playing because there's no way that they should be doing this. So if you get Nico Collins, congrats. Greg R dropped the super chat. Greg R, Murray or Bo Nix?
I'm still going Murray here.
Yeah. Nix, yeah. Just same thing we said. I like Nix, good streamer, but not over kind of guy you would be starting anyways. All right, well, I guess we didn't follow instructions. So Joel Bear said, whether you believe it or not, he just wants confirmation bias here. So let's try it again.
Breece Hall RB1 rest of season.
Yeah, let's pretend that we had not seen this question ever before. Now I can't find it. I went too far back. All right,
there you go. No, Breece Hall will be the RB1 rest of season. Book it.
All right, here we go. The Joel Bear has a question. Tell me Breece Hall is going to have a great rest of season. You will not hate having drafted him.
Smash schedule, awesome player, double-digit touchdowns coming up, going to get every touch. Yeah, going to be great.
Yeah, if you can buy low on Breece, do it now. Breece Hall going to be the best player in fantasy.
Yes.
Jim D became a member. This is what you get, confirmation bias all day long. Juice, already a member. What are your thoughts on CMC if he plays?
If CMC plays, he's in my lineup.
In my lineup. And I was gonna say, like, even if it's like, if Shanahan comes out and says, well, we're gonna be careful, he's gonna be maybe unlimited. I don't care. He's a liar. Don't believe anything he says. Don't believe it.
Right.
If he plays, you play him.
Yep.
All right, Brian. Also, we're gonna have to redo this one because he says needs 2 of those RBs, not 3. And then I guess a receiver. So Brian,
we basically answered it. We said K9 and Jacobs.
K9 and Jacobs.
And then I go Puka, but if you're nervous about the knee, go Terry is just as fine, I think.
There you go. It's actually even easier. So you're asking Puka versus Terry. If you're scared, play Terry, but also then you should quit because you can't play scared.
Right.
All right. And let's see what else we got. Manny. Worthy, Waddle, to D-Hop.
D-Hop. Got a great matchup this week. Should be more involved. D-Hop.
Yeah, D-Hop it is. Ertz or Taysom Hill?
Do you want to get some points and not stress about it, or do you want to like shoot for some upside and be stressed out of your mind all day? I don't know. I probably just goes Ertz.
Ertz is definitely the safer pick. So
I just don't like stressing about my tight end. Like just give me some points and let me think about something else.
I'll say this. You asked wide receiver 2. If D-Hop is your wide receiver 2, you might need some upside. I don't know. I might roll the dice at Taysom Hill. But yeah, if you just want to make sure you get some points, go Ertz. And by the way, CCU Mustangs B 2014 Green. Quite the name. Dropped starts in on Draft Lane. So thank you, which by the way, reminds me we got the app. If anybody hasn't downloaded it, it is a free download. And you can get it right now on App Store, Play Store. It's called Draft Lane. And this is basically your way of chatting with us. Just like you super chat here, we answer it. Just put the chat there on the Draft Lane app and we will answer it. You can do all the same things. It's actually a little better, more detailed, because if you have Yahoo or Sleeper leagues, you can sync them with the app and you ask a waiver question, we can see your waiver wire. We can see who's actually available. If you ask a trade question, we can see every roster in your league. And that helps us tell you not just, try to get this type of player, that type of player. We can tell you, hey, trade with this guy because he's got this person on the bench or he's got, too many running backs. So it's really cool because it gets us that insight and we can respond on there, not just with who to trade or pick up or whatever starts it, but with some personalized context as well.
Should we do his question? I think it's Bool Man.
Oh, okay.
I think there's 2 of them on here. They're both $4.99, so I'm gonna assume Bool Man though. Baker or Dak?
I'm worried enough about the Bucks. I know I had been saying, well, at least Baker has rushing upside. Oh man, I might go Dak.
Interesting. All right, I'm going Baker, so that didn't help you. Tracy or Chase Brown?
I go Tracy.
Oh, okay. So his is the other one. So let's just finish this. Okay. And then he wants us to know that Bullman is the coolest viewer. Okay, so that was not his, so I was wrong. So here's his. Oh, we must have already answered it. I don't see his on here because he said mine was Waddle or Rashad White. So I don't see it on here actually. All right, move on. Must have answered it earlier today.
There we go. Joe, very happy now.
All right, there you go.
Minor King. Point per first down league. Like those. Puka or Chase Brown.
How do they even project first downs? I'm going Puka.
Yeah, I don't think look, a lot of times first down leagues will benefit bell cow running backs. And I know Chase Brown's going to be the only running back because Moss is out. He's not a bell cow type of running back. It's not going to benefit him. I'm just going with the superior fantasy player, Puka. So this is interesting. Attorney Sangat Turnbull, welcome. Tillman or McConkey?
McConkey. Definitely McConkey.
Yeah, well, McConkey this week. How about all the way in Deutschland? Johann Unterkoffler is back. Been back.
Wow. Well, nice pronunciation.
Oh, well, once in a while I'll hit it right. Please pick 3 to start. Mooney, Amon-Ra, Cup, Olave, Downs.
Yeah, I don't want to bench Downs, but I can't bench Amon-Ra, Cup, or Olave this week. So, yep, it's those 3.
Yeah, you got a lot of good options. Going to have to be the middle 3. Danke Shane for the chat. Jose Feliciano, McMillan, Parker Washington, Michael Wilson.
Well, McMillan now on the injury report with a hamstring. Michael Wilson, I mean, when's the last time he did anything? I might just gamble on Parker Washington here he's going to get that Christian Kirk role. Just gamble on Parker.
Yeah. This one is somehow pretty clearly Parker Washington because it's not the other 2. Nixon Baker.
Knicks. I'll go Knicks here, actually.
Yeah, going Knicks. Jim D. Mahomes, Kyler, or Flacco?
I'm going Kyler still.
This is a pretty close one because you gotta love the matchups for Flacco and Mahomes, and I don't love the matchup for Kyler, but Kyler runs and the other 2 don't. Oddly enough, I would say if you want to kind of play it safe, go Kyler. If you're shooting for upside, go Mahomes. RB, Connor, or Chase Brown?
Connor.
Yeah, so go Connor. Wide receivers need 1. Worthy, Judy, Elijah, Rome, or Watson, or Davis, or Slayton off waivers.
There's a wide receiver, Corey Davis? Who's the wide receiver named Gabe Davis? Gabe Davis?
Yes, Gabe.
I'll just gamble on Christian Watson in a good matchup.
Yeah.
Although Worthy's in a good matchup too. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll gamble on Worthy, actually.
Gamble on Worthy?
Yeah, he gets the Bucks. I don't know. They're both gambles.
These are all gambles. You go like Elijah Moore, it'd get you a few points. Watson is your dice roll. Worthy's also a dice roll. Yeah, these are all. I guess if it was my team, I'd probably just go Watson. Worthy's also very similar. Yeah, I get this. Charles saying way too down on Mayfield. Look, no Godwin, no Evans. It's on the road in Kansas City. That's
I still like Mayfield. I've said yes to Mayfield plenty today.
yeah, I
I
haven't.
mean, like,
I'm down on Mayfield this week. I'm not down on him in general. I finally have come around, but this week I don't want to do it. Bird song. Thank you. Half PPR. It's 10 team trade for Tyreek Hill, giveaway Cup and Dobbins.
yeah, I think I probably still want Hill here. It's close, but yeah.
I don't think you'll miss Dobbins. Good time to trade Dobbins. No. It's like, so basically Cup or Hill. I think I got to take the upside of Hill. So it's fair, though. I think it's fair. This helps somebody else because they want Dobbins. Sure, go for it. All right, we're caught up, but let's do. Oh wait,
I think we missed. Did we do? Yeah, did we do Joe's? Yeah.
Joe Strata back. Monty or Lad?
In PPR, I'm gonna go Lad. I'm gonna go Lad in PPR.
Let's do it. Let's take the upside. It's Lad week. Boomer, if you're still on here, this is it. It's your chance to celebrate. Andrea, what's up? Needs 2. Tracy Shakir Harrison.
Tracy and Harrison.
Yep, not Shakir. Cody Mason. All right, got Kelsey and Bowers. Who do you trade, and what can you get?
Well, I trade whoever gives me the best return and just roll with the other one. I think Bowers likely has more value right now. Wide receiver for Bowers, you could probably get a Devonta Smith. You might be able to get a Marvin Harrison. You might still have time to get an Olave, maybe a Deebo Samuel. At running back, I think you could get like a James Conner, maybe an Aaron Jones. I think is still a good buy low. Maybe Jacobs or James Cook, guys like that.
There you go. Plenty of options. Saying you want to add Chuba in the package, that could get you even potentially more. It's still a tight end. I mean, you're not going to get like a Saquon Barkley or anything, so don't overshoot. But yeah, you could get a number 2 type of receiver or running back. Like Zay Flowers, if it has a down week, you could get him. Yeah, plenty of options there. And I would say the same thing if they say, look, I'll trade either one, doesn't matter, I would probably rather trade Kelsey than Powers, but agree, trade for whoever the other guy wants. That gets you more in return. Let's do a few more before we get out of here. We are past the 3-hour mark, but we'll be back for another 3 hours tomorrow. So let's do a couple more regular chats. James Hall, sit 1. Elijah Moore, Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Coker. Team obviously decimated. Yeah. Well, Puka is playing though, so hopefully you're playing Puka.
Yeah, hopefully you're playing Puka and Cup. I mean, if I have to sit one here, I guess it's Elijah Moore. He's got the tough matchup this week, and he has very little upside.
Right, exactly. But yeah, Puka sounds like he is playing, so don't put him out of your lineup. Did we do this? Greg R, Tyreek, Mooney, Smith.
I don't remember, but I'm gonna say Tyreek and Smith.
Yeah, I like Mooney, but it's actually kind of close for me between Mooney and Smith this week. But I'll say Smith and Tyreek. What about? Oh, no, it's too hard to answer that one. Let's do Kashal for Warda. Flowers, Tillman, or Ridley?
Oh, man. I'm going to go Flowers still.
Yeah, this is close. You want to take a chance on Ridley? You can, but Flowers gets you some points at least. Mr. J School 30, Baker, Darnold, Tua, Winston. Which one?
I'm going, if it's just for this week, I'm going Darnold.
Yeah, I'm obviously down on Baker. Hey, I'm down on Tua as well. If Winston had a better matchup, I'd say Winston. Darnold has the best matchup here. So it's going to be Darnold for this week. All right. This is not an easy one, but we'll do it. These narrow. Tracy or Downs?
In PPR, I'm going Downs.
Yeah, like them both. But if it's PPR, let's go Downs. We are all the way in. Mirinda, nicely. Flex 1, Tracy Etienne, Deontay or Wandale?
Tracy. Definitely flexing Tracy here.
Yeah, go Tracy. And then, great choices here. Mean streak, Shakira Ridley.
Just
ones that make your head hurt.
I guess
it's funny because before you even did that, somebody put this comment: the frogs.
I guess Ridley. It's a tough spot for Shakir this week. I guess it's a tough spot for both, honestly. I guess Ridley.
Yeah, oh, come on, he can do something, right? He'll get all the targets.
I mean, he got all the targets the 2 weeks prior. He did nothing.
Yeah, that was before D-Hop got traded. It's a totally different situation. Hey, actually, look, if Pollard is out, Ridley's just gonna eat.
Okay.
You Calvin Ridley, Jalen Coker, Taysom Hill, guaranteed winner. Nothing can go wrong.
Nothing at all.
Charles Judson, defense question. We haven't got enough of those. Vikings or Commanders?
Commanders probably your safer bet, but I might still go Vikings. They've been so good.
Yeah, Flacco is not interception proof, and he'll take some sacks. So I like the upside of the Commanders, but I think the Vikings are safer. It really depends on what your defense scoring is. So it's close. But let's go Vikings. And then, okay, Mario Vences. Ooh, rest of season. If you had to drop 2, Rico, Wandale, Juju, Bigsby.
If I have to drop 2, it's Juju and Wandale. Juju not playing again this week. Wandale, come on. Juju and Wandale.
You can definitely drop Juju.
And when does Mooney play? He doesn't play Tampa ever again, unfortunately.
Yeah, but this week you can go Mooney over Amari. Amari's a game time decision.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he would be a great start anyways. All right, one more. Let's find a really good one. Right. Something, this is a good question to ask. Jose Luis Lopez Chavez. If someone dropped JMO, are you picking up JMO?
Yes, definitely picking up JMO. Definitely.
Yeah. His 2-game suspension will be over. Just kind of assume that there will be no suspensions forthcoming. Can't guarantee it.
You never know. You never know with Jameson Williams, though. You never know.
Yeah, but he's worth picking up.
He's like the T. Higgins of suspensions.
That's a good way to put it. Oh man, JMO. And then let's leave this one. Basic money. How do you become a member here?
I think there's like a button below the video somewhere that says join. If not on this one, it's on the regular videos.
Right. You can always check that. Supposedly a join button. Hard to tell you from this side, but we appreciate you. Appreciate everybody here, especially all our new viewers. And at the very least, hit the like and subscribe button if you're enjoying it or we helped you out. We're going to continue to help you out tomorrow. We're going to be back on 3 hours before the first slate of games starts. So check it out. Enter on notifications so you know as soon as we go live. And we do go live pretty much every single day, just not Fridays. And we have videos coming out every single day. So continue to watch and check them out. Thank you all for being on here. Birdman, appreciate you being on here. Yes. Thank you for that. We will. Oh yeah. The last word to Juice. Go Taysom. He's dreaming of a 3-touchdown Taysom Hill game.
Yep.
All right. And don't forget the app Draft Lane. You can continue to ask questions on there. Check that out. And of course, try Underdog if you haven't already. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning.